You can get anything that you want at Ashmafar's restaurant. The question of the evening has arrived. May I have the envelope, please? And here it is. It's in the lens wipe container. Do you, RobLynnLive? Do you, RobLynnLive? Yeah.
I hope so.
All right, all right. Today was a big day in the ONPASSIVE land. We're going to start here. We're on OConnect right now. We are live streaming to YouTube, to the RobLynnLive YouTube channel. We do that for 25 to 30 minutes every evening to give those who are new to ONPASSIVE a chance to RobLynnLive.ai to come over and check out the RobLynnLive domain, which is RobLynnLive.ai. That's
very
better.
Nice.
That's better. Okay, so that's the first 30 minutes or so. What we're going to do tonight, a little bit different, because today at 1700 hours, about 5:15 today, Eastern Standard Time, Ash Mafar came on with Muhammad Kamal. And we're going to give you the first recap. It hasn't been done yet that we know of, but we're going to be the first to give you our recap. We're not going to go into as much depth, line by line, but we are going to give you the hot points. So last night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, along came OES lunch at noon, because it's noon in sunny Singapore, where our seafood friend Francis Tay calls home now that he's back from the Philippines. And that was with Seafood Francis for a Q&A at noon. And I stayed up for most of it. Lynn stayed for the whole shebang.
Noon for them.
Noon for them, right.
11 for
11
Eastern.
p.m. Eastern Time. And then at 8 a.m. along came OES Global Affiliates with Seafood Francis and Michelle and Chris and a wealth of others speaking. Mm-hmm. And it was good stuff. There was a presentation about domains, which is something we need to know about, as well as a Q&A afterwards.
That's some good information about domains.
That's true. And at 10 a.m. along came DeGarmo and Johnson. They did their usual thing. No guest today. They were supposed to have a guest, I thought, each day. But
they're doing pre-recordings now in the evening.
Oh.
Yeah, the pre-recording.
So now they'll do a pre-recording and it'll be shown at, 7 p.m., I'm told?
No, they pre-record at 7 at night, and then they'll play it at another time.
I see. Okay. Well, they were interviewing Scott Pendleton tonight at 7. All right. Then at 12 p.m., along came Story Talk, and it was Tantalizing Thursday. We had no idea how tantalizing it was going to be with Ash joining us. Or not joining us, us joining Ash. He came on, I would say, in a corporate webinar form, very formal, with Mohammed Kamal and himself, along with, let's see, Robin Noble was on the panel, so was Marty DeGarmo, Red Redfern, Chris Johnson, Julie Wynn, and Susie McCrae. That was it to begin with. Then they brought a couple others on. Well, we want to give you kind of an update on that since it was at 5 p.m., and then we'll tell you what's going on right now. 5 p.m., Ash came on, and he said he's quitting. He's quitting. And everybody's eyebrows went up. Their jaws dropped. He said, I'm quitting. I'm quitting, not quitting. I'm not quitting. That's exactly what he said. Let's see, to be exact, he said, I'm quitting the idea of quitting. So there'll be no quitting on Ash Mafar's part. He says, I'm here to lift up the people. ONPASSIVE is here to lift up humanity, and big smiles all the way around the table.
Yeah.
He said, we're here to we've had challenges from employees, former employees, and those have been dealt with now. And that most of the pain, believe it or not, that they've had to suffer the last 90 days has come from founding members. Well, we don't know how long those folks are going to be around, but I'll tell you what, if you were one of those, you might want to straighten up and fly right. Fly like a dove, not like a buzzard. All right. And Ash said, a simple solution to all of this with regard to the everything would be, okay, we'll change the name and we'll start over. Well, that didn't work for Ash because he's not a quitter. He's a winner. So that was not going to happen. He said the worst is behind us, which is good stuff. And today, nothing else can happen to us in a negative fashion. We are stronger than strong. We're stronger than a Bounty towel, and they're pretty strong. The ugly has been resolved, and any other ugly that may rear its head up will be squished like a bug. And he did speak briefly about withdrawals, which was music to a lot of our ears, and said the bulk bank-to-bank payment will be started after the one-on-ones go out within, I would say, a week is what he was getting at. First off, on Monday will be the crypto payments will be available to be done, and then following that will be the bank wire transfer,
Well,
bank to bank. He did not say a specific day.
Like a week or anything. We're just, yeah, so it's coming soon, but not specific.
Coming soon, and we're hoping it'll be this week. So the crypto to the bank payment has been finished, and there's just a little bit of tweaking left to do on the bank-to-bank withdrawals via wire transfer. And that'll be sometime after Monday. Now, next week, he said this, and this is a quote, the bomb of the century will be here next week. So, wow, have we got something to look forward to next week? Oh, Nelly, we do.
We do.
And as Ash has said time and time again this evening at 5 p.m., which happened to be 6 a.m. Singapore time, so it was bright and early for those guys and girls. Winners never quit. We're here to stay. ONPASSIVE is a fixture in the IT marketplace, and we are going nowhere. So stand by for the payouts. They're coming within days, I would say, maybe a number of days, but Ash did speak to that exactly. And he made a comment, and I'd like to repeat this comment. It's a quote. Actually, it's a quote from Vince Lombardi, one of the greatest National Football League coaches in the world ever, Vince Lombardi, and he said, offense wins games. Okay, the offense wins a game by a point or two. Well, defense wins championships. And that's true. I've had that as a moniker now for probably 50 years. I always carried with me that defense will win the championship. So we're on the offense, but our defense is strong, and we're going to the finish line with our defense.
Wow.
So that's basically the
concept, right?
The concept of where Ash was coming from. Strong words today. Muhammad Kamal chimed in and talked about he's been working in Egypt for about 30 days. He's probably ready to go home to mama by now, or maybe she can come for a visit. He's been working in Egypt with Dr. Tarek. Dr. Susan is hard at work, as is Muhammad Kamal and Muhammad Nazal, for sure. So those are the highlights. And hope you got a little bit of value out of those highlights. And now, it's 8 p.m. And do you, RobLynnLive? I say it again, folks. Do you, RobLynnLive? I think you do. I think you do. Put it in the chat if you do. We'd love to hear from you. We're on both YouTube and, of course, on OConnect. So,
streaming to Facebook and LinkedIn as well.
Facebook and LinkedIn as well, where you'll see some of the gifts that are done by our gift master, I would call him, Mr. Gregory Hill. Thank you, Greg, for that. All of what you're doing and have done for a long time. Thank you, sir. So it's Ollie and the Wonder Dog, presented by the RobLynnLive Network. We are live streaming, as I mentioned, and be for about 25, 30 minutes. It may go a little bit longer because I gave you a little bit of an update there. But to give anyone new to OnPassive a chance to subscribe. And how do you subscribe? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Those of you out there in radio land and have not become a part of OnPassive, you go to RobLynnLive.ai. And that is our domain. And you can reach Lynn's referral link there, affiliate referral link there. Easy peasy. All you have to do is fill out and get an O-mail, and away you go. You get O-mail, O-net, O-trim, all for free. And the that's free. That's free. So it's for thee
and me.
Charoo doggies.
We just can't beat free.
That's right. You cannot beat free. So we hope you can hear us okay. It sounds like Sina said, yes, we do. And Olasumbo says hello to Sina. Hello, Sina. We're glad you're here. And Sina was the one that said, yes, we do, RobLynnLive. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Olasumbo said, yes, I do. As did Patricia Green. I do, RobLynnLive. Woo, doggies. We like it. You guys are livers. You're RobLynnLivers. Now you got the Swifties, Taylor Swift, but you've got the RobLynnLivers as well. I just said that. That's what Mel says.
Oh, okay.
I'm a RobLynnLiver today. Yeah.
That's pretty catchy.
It is catchy. It's very catchy. And tell your friends, tell your neighbors to be a RobLynnLiver. Just go to RobLynnLive.ai. All right. And you can sign up there. And wow, we're rolling tonight. We're already almost 20 minutes in. Let's get it on, okay? Please pray for Ash, his lovely wife, Ashmahana, and their two handsome young men, Omar and Yusuf, as well as the tech, media, and support staffs around the globe for their good health and safety. Now, in addition, also, please send out your love, light, and prayers to anyone you know or anyone you've heard of who has been injured in an accident or has an illness for a complete and speedy, rapid, we say, recovery. Now, we have a few announcements, but we're going to hold those until we get over to OConnect only, if that's okay with all of you kids. We'd appreciate it. But now it's time to show where Ollie is. It's the Ollie Boy, Where Am I contest. And John Barilla says, I definitely RobLynnLive.
Do we need to get the image first? Or
no, all you have to do is present it. I've already got it.
Oh.
It was there a minute ago.
Oh, good.
Images.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Good job.
Voila. Okay. Can't hear me anyway.
You said you could hear us the last
Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Well, tonight's topic, as you can see, Ollie says an apple a day keeps daddy away, but I'm here, Ollie, sorry. Is tonight's topic is your physical health. Okay, we're going to talk about health, wellness, mental health, physical health, a little bit of exercise, etc. Okay, so you guys can hear and see. So take a peek and guesses in mind. I know some of you are going to know that area right off the bat. And give us a in the chat if you'd write after you put yes I do RobLynnLive. Put where you think Ollie Boy is and what is he eating. It's fried something.
So
it almost looks like fried pork.
This is the top part of it. I scrolled up a bit.
Okay.
So you guys can see the top section. Beautiful. I love the colors.
Very nice colors, and we'd like to thank the one and only C2 or Charmaine Ung for doing that for us. Thank you. She is the bomb.
She does really well.
Very nice work with our visuals.
Beautiful visuals. Thank you. And we also want to thank Michael Chata. You see his work of art scrolling across as a ticker, and it says RobLynnLive, topic, your physical health. December 14, 2023 at 8 p.m. EST. Thank you, Michael, because he provides that for us every day. Thank you so much.
Great stuff, Michael. Thank you very much, brother. And he joined us on the panel at Community Time and listened in.
Wow, that's wonderful.
That was good stuff last night, Michael. Thank you for being here.
You.
All right, that's enough Ollie Boy for one evening. We're going to now have your guesses.
All righty. Let me pull up the chat. And I believe since everybody can hear, we could technically leave the image up.
I think we should. I like it.
All right, let's look for some guesses. John Barilla says, I definitely RobLynnLive, everybody's favorite. Not so late, nor early, variety chat show.
Thank you, John, for that. Very much, sir.
Okay, and we have people saying hello to one another. And we're waiting now for the guesses. Where is, oh, we got to ring the bell.
Oh, everybody knows. Wait for the bell. And here comes Grandma Bobby's cowbell. And there it is.
We want to ring it in their vision. In the, right here. So they can see. That's important. All righty.
Hello, everyone. Let's be strong, teams. We are in it to win it. That came from Cecil Weir.
Mm-hmm.
Can you turn off the presentation, please? I don't have sound.
Oh, okay. We have sound.
Wow, that's odd. Okay, there you have it, Isabel.
Yeah, I think maybe there's a mic button for you, Isabel, because I was on another device and I could hear myself and my husband speaking. So I think it's a setting that needs to be adjusted. Maybe Chris can give us some advice on that. What particular thing will enable you to have sound so that, you know, you can hear the sound in the future.
All right, scroll on up. Let's see some guesses.
All right. Any guesses as to where Ollie is? All right. Let us know if you were able to hear us when we had the visual up for you to look at. I'd like to know if most of you could hear or most of you couldn't hear. That's what I want to know. Say can hear or couldn't hear or could hear. That will let us know. And we have the first guess coming from, let me scroll up to make sure I didn't miss anything. Looks like Pat Green is the first. She says,
wow.
Daegu, South Korea. Deagu, Daegu, South Korea. And by the way, the person who's running the contest today is Melanie Marcano.
Double Mel.
Mm-hmm. She's going to keep track of your guesses.
Right. Okay, so we have Daegu, South Korea, and then we have Dawn Swihart saying, is this New York City? Could it be? Could be. Sadananda Das is saying New York City.
Okay,
Mel says she couldn't hear.
Okay, so you guys couldn't hear at all. Last night, you folks could hear. Remember, we were saying that you couldn't hear, but then you said you guys heard us. So I think it's not very consistent at this time. So it's hard to know if you can or can't.
And there's a super sticker coming through on your second device.
All righty. Thank you. Isabel says it wasn't working. Sadananda says New York City. couldn't hear. Majority say cannot hear.
All right. New York City by Isabel.
Okay,
Couldn't hear by Pat.
okay, thank you for letting us
I
know.
couldn't hear when the visual was up. Okay, that was Charmaine.
So now we know.
All right.
We won't comment.
And Who Pray Tell has sent us a super sticker, if I might report.
Looks like
Sifu, Francis
Francis
Tay.
Tay.
Francis, thank you very much. We appreciate that super sticker very much. And Pam Krowick is saying no sound during the presentation, could not turn on the speakers either after several attempts, but all good now.
Okay, thank
So
you.
that's what we're in the here and in the now. So that is all good stuff.
Okay, let me turn the chat open so that I can see the guesses.
Let's see some more guesses. We have one Korea so far.
All right.
And New York City is a guess by several people.
Sarananda's in New York City.
Light on the guesses.
Isabel Bailey said New York City. And John Barilla said it looks like New York City, but I can't tell the specific location.
John would know, living in New York City.
Yeah. Right. And it looks like Osina says she has no idea. It's okay.
Okay, and here's Frank Rose saying he guesses the GM building and the Apple store in New York City. Waited for the ring the bell that we forgot. Yeah, we were a little tardy on that bell, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You're still first, boy. No problem.
New York City, waited for the ring the bell. Yeah, right. Sorry about that. Ron John is here. Hello, RobLynnLive. Very nice. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone.
All right, and how many folks are on YouTube that we can invite over?
We've got 50.
50 on YouTube and 34, 33, 34. So that's 80 some odd. Come on, guys.
So it would be nice if the folks that are watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Facebook, LinkedIn,
Twitter, X.
Yeah, and LinkedIn. If you want to move on over to our OConnect, the link for the OConnect session should be posted in the live chat. Let me check.
And if you're not in ONPASSIVE yet, all you got to do is go to RobLynnLive.ai.
Right, and at the says yeah, there's a link. Michael Chata has posted the link for the webinar, so please go ahead and click that now. Come on over to OConnect so you can watch the whole show.
All righty, we've done our prayers, and now we've shown where the background is, and I think we've got all our guesses in. Could you bring Mel in, and let's hear from her.
Are you done with the 3 free products and the domain name?
Yes, I am. I've done it 3 times now.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to bring in Mel.
Mel Marcano. Come on in, Mel. Come see us.
She'll come shortly. All right, so we're going to go ahead and end the live stream then. Right? We're ending the live stream.
We're ending the live stream in 3, in 2, in 1, and let's go to OConnect.
All right.
Did it end?
It takes a bit.
Okay.
I have to check.
Just checking with you. And survey says?
It takes a while for it to.
Okay, well, let's go to Mel. Double Mel is here in the house. Talk to us about tonight's Where's Ollie Boy contest, please.
Good night, everyone.
Hello.
My ear was going crazy on me. So tonight, okay, I'm going to start in a different way. It says Rob and Lynn are enjoying a plate of General Tao chicken. That also delicious Chinese American favorite features crispy chicken pieces smothered in a sweet, savory, tangy, and spicy sauce. It's a takeout favorite among many Americans that just pushes all the right buttons. You may be surprised to learn that General Tao chicken wasn't actually born in China. In fact, this dish was invented in the good of US of A a chef named Peng Chang Kui, who opened one of the first Yuanese restaurants in the country, actually created in the 50s in New York City. He sweetened the traditional Yuanese dish up a bit for the American palate and named it after a respected Chinese statesman and military leader of the late Qing dynasty, General Tao Sung Tang, now transliterated as Zhu Zongtang. Okay, there's a fun fact about Henry Kissinger. I will just mention it. Henry Kissinger was a regular customer at Chang Kui's restaurant, Uncle Peng's Yunnan Wang. Okay. Ollie is munching on a red apple. There's a reason why New York State's official food is the apple, and New York City is dubbed the Big Apple. Apples abound in the Empire State. The Hudson Valley region is home to one of the state's top apple growing regions, producing millions of pounds of apples per year. So it's actually New York City, guys.
New York City, the Big Apple, NYC, and let us know who all got that right, please.
Now, congratulations to all who got it right. Isabel, Sandananda, John B., Frank Rowe, and Sina. And I'm pretty sure there's others who got it right, but these are the ones that I caught. Thank you to all those who got it right, and everyone keeps on winging. Thank you, Rob and Lynn.
All right. Thank you, Mel. We appreciate you handling that for us. And Frank Rose says, I think I nailed it. Yeah, I believe you did. Right on top of it, Frank. Thank you.
Good job.
Thanks for playing the RobLynn Live Where's Ollie game. All right. Now, we're on OConnect, so we need to bump up those OConnect numbers. Call your friends. Call your neighbors. Tell them RobLynn Live is on tonight, and they want to know, do you RobLynn Live? Put it in the chat. Do you RobLynn Live?
Yes.
Well, good. All right. Let's all RobLynn. We're all RobLynn Livers, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. That is what we are.
All right. Let's continue on with our little bit of a program tonight, if we may. Announcement-wise, we told you about what was on the tube today. And now it's 8 p.m. and you know where you are. You're on the eastern side of 8 p.m. and you're speaking to the folks on the western side of Florida, Rob and Lynn. Yeah.
Carmela, you can come in when it's community time. Just letting you know. Wait till community time to come in with the speaker link, please.
All right. Here we go with if you go the other direction, that'd be very helpful. Thank you. Sign your NDA after you've migrated. Important you migrate. There's still quite a few folks have not. Only 1/3 have jumped on the OConnect. Well, there's still 1/3 to go, right? On the OConnect bandwagon, or 1/3 have OConnect.
1 million.
1 million. So 1/3 of the 3 million customers have OConnect. So what does that mean? That means you need to RobLynn Live, like Michael Chatta says. All right, so get your affiliate link, shorten it with O-Trim, check out the newest OnPassive website, you know the drill. Check out the OnPassive YouTube channel. Here's one right here, but it's not OnPassive, it's RobLynn Live. Check your alternate emails to be sure they are active. And the reason for this is you're going to receive an OTP. That's also known as a one-time password, and you want to be in the know to be in the go. In the know to be in the go. And the only way you can do that is if you receive the one-time password at your alternate email. So go to Google, go to Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Proton Mail, Uptown Mail, Downtown Mail, Hot Mail, Cold Mail, you name the mail, just go there. Microsoft Mail, and make sure it's active. and make sure if that's the one that's your alternate email that it's good to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, if you know of anyone who needs help with anything on Passive Wise, we've already told you this one. Lend out a hand. A helping hand is all you got to do, because helping one helps each and every one of us. So help one helps us all. Okay. Now, attend webinars and chats of your choice. You don't have to choose. Oh, let me back up the bus. Log into OES and check the ticker, because today's ticker popped up like out of nowhere.
That's true.
A couple of times a day. Make sure you check the ticker, because we wouldn't have known about the upcoming webinar at 5 o'clock.
And the expression is, you snooze, you lose. So you don't want to be snoozing. So check the OES and check the back office frequently, because this kind of thing happens.
I'm not snoozing, so I'm not losing.
It was very short notice, you know.
So check it twice a day.
Mm-hmm. Good idea to do.
All right.
There's going to be a lot of activity over
And
the
then
next month or so.
Next week or so, it's going to be hot. We got the A-bomb, which I failed to announce. I think is coming this week, Ash said. The A-bomb coming.
Or next week, because this is already Friday, right?
Oh, I meant next week. Excuse me, folks. It's coming next week, the A-bomb. Biggest thing to hit the streets yet with ONPASSIVE. All right. Now, tonight we have a topic, as we do each and every night, so we're going to go over a little bit of the 40, 50 minutes, so just bear with us, because it's a very important topic tonight.
Yeah, and panelists, hold off coming to the, you don't click the speaker link quite yet. Please wait for us to announce that it is community time.
All right, and then Lynn will bring you over, or Mel, or someone who's helping us will bring you over to the panel. We love company on the panel. Sometimes it goes an hour, sometimes it goes 2 or 3. So think about it. Join us. It'd be a good place to get yourself out there. All right. So we talked about tonight's topic, but we didn't say what it was. It is your physical health.
And if you need to remember what the topic is, you simply look at the top of the screen. It says the topic.
And there it is. Hello, it's your physical health. And Ollie's question of the evening, what do you do to stay healthy? What a question by Oliver. Excellent question. What do you do for yourself to maintain your good health? We'd like to hear from you in the chat on that question, please. Now, let's talk a little bit about staying healthy. What does it involve? Well, you got to have an approach to taking care of your mind and body. We should all address physical, mental, and emotional health on a daily basis. No matter what we do for ourselves, we need to do something good for our bodies and our mind. And we're here to provide a few tips, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you. We are not doctors. Here's our disclaimer of the evening. We are not doctors, nor are we healthcare professionals of any kind, but collared shirt. You're right. I forgot to put a collared shirt on. Please forgive me, folks. Oh, my goodness. But it does go well with the red hat. You're not going to. Oh, boy. Oh, I think I just got the look of the week. There it was, live and in color. So I'll switch to a collared shirt at some point.
He's not getting away with that one.
Oh,
because
boy.
if I let him do it tonight, he's going to do it other times. But we want
All right. Well,
sure
I was busy
tonight.
trying to get set up. Sorry.
I know. Yeah.
All right. So that all being said, me being blackballed and probably fired, or at least put in detention hall for not wearing a collared shirt, staying healthy involves an approach to yourself. Okay. You want to have a sound mind. You want to have a sound body. And we should all address both the physical, mental, and even the emotional health on a daily basis.
I agree with that.
And one way to do that is to be a RobLynnLiver, if I might add. Being a RobLynnLiver will keep you healthy, wealthy, and wise.
That's a new term that we hope everybody will keep using. RobLynnLiver.
Be a RobLynnLiver. Hey, if you can be a Taylor Swiftie, you can certainly be a RobLynnLiver. Yeah, you're going further by being a RobLynnLiver than being a Swiftie. I can assure you of that one. All right.
That's true.
We're not doctors, as I mentioned. We're not healthcare professionals of any kind, but we do know a little about taking care of our bodies now that we've lost some weight and are getting with the program. And before changing your lifestyle, we want to mention whether it's eating, drinking, and exercise habits, please consult your primary care doctor, your physician, your healthcare provider. Check with them first. Don't just hop on a diet because the Mad Hatter says something or Lynn says something. Just get good advice from your healthcare provider.
Mm-hmm.
And a balanced diet is what's recommended. Now, some of us have gone the opposite direction, and we'll talk about exercise in just a moment. Some of us, though, have gone, we've gone the keto diet, we've gone the low-fat diet, we've gone the high-fat diet. Some people have even gone the carnivore diet. Well, a balanced diet usually is best, as our friend Dawn will tell you. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Dawn Swihart will tell you a balanced diet is best. Follow a regimen of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein, and of course, healthy fats, and always limit processed foods. Now, even on the diet we're on, processed foods are a no-no, even though I like kosher salami. Robbie boy, stay away from that. It's processed and it's got nitrates in it, sugars, and excessive salt. Stay away from those two items. For those of you on a special diet, as we mentioned, follow your doctor's advice. Now, here's one that I guess we're guilty of not following to the T, and that's adequate sleep. As we all, as ONPASSIVians, can say, all I need is 4 good quality hours of sleep. And that, quite frankly, does it for me. But the recommendation by the American Medical Association here in the USA says, keep in mind, 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep is best for you and me. So we're at 4 and 5 hours, sometimes a little bit less, every now and then a little bit more, but listen to your doctor. If your doctor tells you 7 and 9, you know the drill. Do what the doctor says. Okay? They're the professionals, not Lynn or myself. Hydration, drink, and drink some more water. I've got my 3rd quart of the day, or 3rd 1 liter of the day right here, and I will finish it before what do you call that? The community time. When the community time is over, I will have finished this. I guarantee it.
Yeah, he drinks a lot of water, you guys. Hanks it down. Water, electrolyte drinks, coffee. Drinks a lot of liquid. But he's just like Ollie Boy, because Ollie Boy drinks a lot of liquid.
And we both go shishi on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. So there. Keep the body hydrated. Keeping it hydrated keeps everything flowing in the right direction, if you know what we mean. Mm-hmm. And we think you do as RobLynnLivers.
Yes. Let's
talk now briefly about mental health and emotional health. Kind of goes hand in hand with physical health, stress management, do deep breathing. Before every show, I do deep breathing. Sometimes it helps a lot, sometimes it helps a little, but it does help. So do your deep breathing. Mm-hmm. Do your meditation when you can. And if you're into yoga, yoga is good for relaxing the mind. Mm-hmm. Speaking of the mind, be mindful. Mindfulness of your surroundings. What's out there in the environment, whether it's a foggy day, a smoggy day, a nasty day, a rainy day, a snowy day, just be mindful of your surroundings and nurture a strong support system. In other words, your family and friends are your best friends when it comes to your health, along with your healthcare provider. Have a hobby? Hey, why not do it? Just do your hobby when you want to. Time permitting, of course. It's always good to get away and do something other than the normal grind of watching television, occasionally going on the computer or sitting on the computer all day, going outside, sitting in the chair, falling asleep, listening to music. Change it up. Get a hobby. Do a hobby. You'll be glad you did. And changing up the normal grind is very healthy according to doctors, other healthcare
I
providers
think that makes sense.
as well. Okay. Healthy habits to practice. Let's talk about that. It's good to have good hygiene. Brush those toothies every night and every morning and in between if you can. Stay clear of harmful substances. Don't drink stuff you shouldn't be drinking. Don't intake medicines you shouldn't be taking because you don't need them. And stay informed about all your health issues. So it's good to see a primary care physician once, twice, 3 times a year, whatever you and your physician or healthcare provider feel is good. Time management. All right. Now, we all know that if you balance your work and your personal life and your relaxation time, you'll be a balanced dude or dudette. So manage your time. Try to relax, try to get some exercise, and eat properly. And the bottom line, and we're going to leave you with this now at 8:45, the bottom line here, as we all know, is eat right, sleep tight, and exercise when you can. So there you have it. There's tonight's Your Physical Health.
Very nice.
We hope you got a little something out of that. A couple of things thrown in there extra.
It's basic and good. I thought good information.
Very basic, and we hope it was good information. Hey, if one of you out of the 41 who are here on OConnect, including Karina, she drinks lemon water, which is very good for you, especially in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening. And she's a RobLynnLiver. I don't know if you've heard. Karina is a RobLynnLiver. So is Melanie Marcano. And there's Greg Hill saying thank you to Rob Gorman. No, thank you to Greg Hill is where the thank you belongs. Thank you for saying that, though, Greg. And we love you, brother. You are our brother, for sure. We need to say a few more hellos. If you have any questions about the health thing, put them in the chat. We'll check that chat over the next couple of minutes while we're scrolling. And Greg Hill has a tip. He drinks 2 tablespoons of Bragg's unfiltered raw vinegar in an 8-ounce glass of cold water on an empty stomach every morning.
Does it help?
Very healthy. Very healthy.
2 tablespoons of Bragg's unfiltered raw vinegar in an 8-ounce glass of cold water.
Right, and we have that here in the house. We have Bragg's vinegar. We also have the Goli apple cider vinegar.
Does it have to be in cold water?
Well, it probably
Greg?
tastes a little better in cold water. I don't know.
But it can be in any kind of water. Can it be in juice?
Would you like it in juice? And drink it in juice. As long as you drink it, that's what counts.
He can tell us.
Okay.
And Karina says, I drink green tea and a bit of honey.
Also healthy.
That sounds healthy.
And Karina again says, oh, here's a thank you to RobLynnLive for your daily effort. That came from Sharon Koo. Hello, Sharon Koo. Thank you for being here. And here's Mayur. He's here, one of our panelists from last night and one of our community time panelists just about every night when he doesn't have to go into work early. So thank you for being here, Mayur. We love you, brother.
Yes.
And let's see.
Karina says, take olive oil, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. Really good for you in many ways.
All right.
Can you cook with it? It's the same as cooking with it because I cook with olive oil.
All right. Well,
just wondered.
That's a good thing.
She'll respond.
Yes, she will. So we have 45 of you here now. Not too shabby. Let's see if we can bump that up to 70 like usual. I think we can. We've got many RobLynnLivers out there in radio land tonight.
Yes.
And Mayur says drink 3 to 4 liters of water daily.
Because
you scrolled away from it because 70% blood is water. Ah, what a good
70% of our blood
is water.
Yeah? Olive oil is very good for you, said Gregory. Oh, that's good because I've been cooking with it. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
And we have, A lot of people sharing what they do, which is really nice.
We'd like to hear from you, RobLynnLivers.
Not so sure it would taste good in juice, says Don Swihart. And Melanie says, no, Bragg's won't go with juice for sure.
Okay,
Okay,
then we'll
good to
stay
know.
away from that.
I make, Pam Krawick says, I make a morning drink with extra virgin olive oil.
Lemon juice,
Lemon
collagen powder, and fruit juice. Ooh, that's a mixture. Wonder how that'd be in the blender with ice. Ooh, doggies. And Jillian asked, is the A-bomb coming next week, did I hear? That's what Mr. Mafara said, next week. Not this week, but next week, look for the A-bomb. Something really good to look forward to.
And Karina says, yes, as far as cooking with olive oil. She says, you can. So many benefits to olive oil.
Chiru and Olasumbo is here. I do intermittent fasting. 16 hours most days. Wow, very healthy.
Yes.
I believe Mr. DeGarmo does the fasting routine. I do it on occasion myself.
And Rachel's here saying, good evening, RobLynn, heart and hugs. And thank you so much, and everyone, and good morning. Have a great day.
Thank you,
It's a
Rachel.
hi. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
A lot of support from you every day.
All right.
Thank you. And we have Karina saying, oh, she's hi to Don. Carmela Schwartz says, lemon and ginger in water every morning is good.
I like ginger, so that could be a possibility. And I have my own health plan called the Health Builder.
Says
I've
Frank
had
Rowe.
good health, says Frank Rowe, for the last 25 years. I take no medicine for pain or ever have even taken a shot for pain. You can be healthy if you train your mind to think that way. Excellent. There's nothing wrong with a mindset like that. That is a good, solid mindset when it comes to health.
Yes, and Mirza Baig says, I never drink cold water, only warm water.
As long as it's fresh water and not tap water, that's good stuff.
And Greg says, I like drinking a shot of extra virgin olive oil all the time.
Ooh, Nelly.
Wow.
Might have to try that one too.
I cook a lot with olive oil, so that's probably the same as drinking it.
And Dawn is saying drink half your weight in ounces in water. Well, that's something I do without
For sure.
fail. So.
Probably way over that. And Patricia Andriacola, hi Patty. She says, biggest hello to us. Thank you. And we're happy you're here with us.
Yes, thank you for being here.
And Mayura Sherbate says, lemon juice is best. One to drink is the best one to drink also. Lemon juice.
Lemon juice, all right.
And Pam Krog says, at lunchtime, I make a nutritious shake with psyllium husks and chia seeds for fiber intake. Then after, lots of water, water, water.
Sounds
Good.
something good there, Pam. Excellent,
Yeah,
excellent.
it's wonderful.
There's some hellos. Deep breathing exercises are excellent, according to our in-house nurse, Olasumbo, our RN extraordinaire, and Michael Chatta saying hello. And Carmela says she puts olive oil in her salad.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing.
Good stuff there.
Melanie says, distilled water is the best, but I love boiled water that I pour out water in bottles and refrigerate them.
All righty. And Karina Lance, Karina says, I have a fat-burning elixir. 3 ounces of water, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 tablespoon of ginger.
Or 1 inch of fresh ginger, which is what I use, 1 teaspoon lemon, 2 mint leaves, or 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, or 1 stick works well.
Ooh, that sounds tasty, actually. And you can cleanse your gallbladder, according to Dawn, with a half a cup of water with 2 teaspoons of olive oil and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice first thing in the morning.
Tablespoons.
That was a T, the capital T is a tablespoon? Okay, thank you.
Just first thing in the morning.
All right, good way to wake up and get going. There's 45 of you here tonight at 8:52 Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you for being here. And Mel says, canola oil is pretty good too.
Yes, it is. It's supposed to be one of the cleanest, Mel says.
Good to know. And Olasumbo approves of Don Swihart's recipe. And Karina says Greg says, I like drinking a shot of extra virgin olive oil all the time. And Greg Oh, Karina says, me too, Gregory. So good for you.
Good stuff. Extra olive oil.
I like the sharing going on. It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Good sharing about good things for people.
Yeah. And we have Melanie. She says, my mom used to give us a teaspoon of olive oil when we were young. Oh, really?
Ooh, very nice. And Isabel says she uses coconut oil. Jillian says there are so many good things to have. I guess pile in as much as possible of them. Good choice.
That's good.
And Michael Chatta is saying hello to a couple of folks. And Greg says, yes, it is very good for you. All right. We're getting, we're up against, we're at 8:54, almost 8:55 Eastern Standard Time. Do we have any questions from any of you RobLynnLivers out there? We answered the one about next week, not this week, but next week being the atom bomb or the A bomb.
Mayur says we use 2-3 types of oil in cooking because we use one type of oil. There is cholesterol deposit in our body. Oh, so you use 2 or 3 types of oil together in cooking. That's good to know.
And coconut oil is great for oil pulling, as Dawn Swihart says.
And Karina says, yes, you do that in the morning and the same in the evening. Only difference is a pinch of cayenne pepper. A pinch of cayenne pepper. The one in the evening is warm, so it melts the honey, but not boiling because of the properties in the honey.
Nice. Well said, Karina. And what did Isabel say? I hope is the boom and our apples. All right. We're with you.
Jillian says, I have a lot of silver beet growing, so some days juice it with an apple and carrots is nice. That sounds good. And Karina says, no, Karina, Olasumba says to Karina that she loves cayenne pepper.
Ooh, that'll spice it up a little. You're not real fond of cayenne pepper.
No. And yeah, that's it. I think we caught up.
All right, we've caught up with the chat. We've said hello to everybody. And now it's time for me. Any of you who want to come to the community time panel, you're welcome. We're sitting at 45 right now. We'd like to see all 45 of you join us on the panel.
Okay.
But if not, at least a few of you to keep things going here.
And Armin says, take in 3 deep breaths through the nose, out the mouth. That oxygenates the brain, which can help with sleep.
All right, Armin. Good idea.
And Patty says, I drink water from Well Mountain Delicious. Must drink water every day and you can't do without water.
True. Gotta have that water.
Very good. That's healthy.
And one more time, do you rub it? Yes, you do. Do you RobLynnLive? Yes, you do. We're all RobLynnLivers here. Thank you for coming on board, everybody. And now let's go to the me's and see who might like to come on the panel.
I sent the speaker link to a lot of you already, so check Messenger. Mayur, I sent yours in WhatsApp because you're in WhatsApp, so you guys should have it. Ronan wanted to say that he could log in, left a comment, and then after that was kicked out. My internet connection right now is very lousy, so he just wants to let us know.
Okay, well, Ronan Cohen from Israel, our friend from Israel, shalom, brother. And I saw Don Swihart is joining us.
All right, all right. Anybody else coming down? And while we wait for, more people are coming in. Good, good. It's community time, folks. Come on down. So far, we have Don Swihart and Carmela ready
Fire Schwartz.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. There's Mel. She's on board now, too.
Good.
Look at the panel. We're growing. Our panel.
Very nice, very nice.
All right.
Melanie says there is an item called Angostura bitters. Look for it on the shelves of most supermarket or even at the liquor store. If you caught some food poisoning, rest assured a couple of drops of that liquid in a bit of warm water and it will help you bring up the old acid from your body.
Thank you for that suggestion.
Angostura bitters.
The bottle, sorry to interrupt, the bottle is like this.
Huh?
You can't miss it. And the word is right on it.
Is it bitter?
Eh?
Is it bitter? It says Angostura
It
bitter.
is bitter. It is
How
bitter.
bitter? A little
Yeah,
bit?
Angostura bitters. And you just put about 10 drops, 8 to 10 drops. And after a while, you can feel your stomach is rolling, like it's cleaning, it's moving in your bowels. And you bring up whatever that has harmed your stomach. Yeah.
Nice.
That's healthy. All right. And we've got, now we have,
Oh, look at this.
ooh, 1,
The
2,
panel is
3,
growing.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh
I
my
think it's
God.
time to go to the speaker view. Let's take a peek at who all's here.
Hello,
Please.
John.
The gallery view.
Gallery view,
Oh,
as I
poor
mentioned.
John. Hi, John.
John, are you feeling better?
Well, yeah, I'm feeling a little better, but I still have
Yeah.
my bandages, and I have to change them every day. And but I'm feeling a little better, and I'm taking like an antibiotic that they recommended, and it's making me, which is fine because I'm getting more sleep again. But I'm like, I'm barely, I'm nodding out a lot,
Yeah.
so I won't be here long tonight because I got a feeling I'm going to nod out again here.
Yeah.
All right, no problem.
I'm
Good to
here
see
for the
you,
moment.
and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
drinking
we're
lots
now
of water
playing.
too, by the way.
Yeah, a lot of water is good for you. And we, I don't know if you noticed, but we play the song twice every night now at the beginning because there's been so much hoopla. Well, there's been hoopla in our house because we like it. But I think there's been hoopla around ONPASSIVE too because people are saying, Mel has said it, others have said it. It's very catchy and it catches on.
Figured 2 times is good.
There's Cousin Brucey. He's here.
All right. Nice to have you. Bruce, you got in easily this time. Good job.
Bruce.
Yay, Bruce.
Bruce, hey, Mel, hey, Gregory,
Oh,
John,
wait,
Carmela.
there's some. I
Hi,
think Bruce.
Patricia.
Hi, Karina.
Hi,
I think
everybody.
Bruce is trying to say something, but it's kind of froggy. Try again, Bruce. Try again.
Is my voice choppy today?
No,
Now it's good.
the connection was kind of crackly.
Well,
Try-
I get lazy and I start to not speak so much with an open mouth and a louder voice.
Now, are you still in the Philippines or are you in Thailand again?
I'm still in Philippines. It's a bear. I'm trying to get the only one-way non-stop direct flight to the Philippines. But everybody that I write to about it gives me one stop, and every stop is a minimum of 3 hours in Manila, 25 hours in Hong Kong. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to Singapore because they wouldn't allow me to travel without a companion. And
Yeah, I had never heard of that. I mentioned it to Francis that you
I've
needed a
never
companion.
either. You can have a child be attended by flight attendants if they're flying along. And this woman who was the person she said she was a supervisor for them, was giving me a hard time about even me putting my cane with my walker so that I don't have to carry them. Then she said, well, you have to take your battery out and carry it on you. And I said, I don't carry a battery on me. I've never let anyone around the world. Then she would wait for me. And then she didn't come back a long time. And another person came up and said, they're trying to figure out if you can fly. And I said, why? Flight attendants will take my bag to the seat. So leave me to the seat, I'll be fine. And she never came back to me until about half an hour before the flight was going to take off, saying, well, we still you should fly without a companion. I said, this is a fine time to tell me fly with a companion when I have nobody with my companion. And she never let me talk to anybody from the airline itself. So I said to her, you're the one in charge, so I want your name. And she goes, I don't have to give you my name. This is the woman who's saying she's in charge. So then finally, after much to do, I left without a ticket. and they was refund the money, and they would bring back my money for them canceling it. So I'm trying to get a hold of Philippine Airlines directly and talk with them, make sure that I'm not run away to Thailand via Philippines Air, which is about a 4-hour flight. Well, it's a shame because I was going to meet with Francis at the airport. Well, it turned out I needed 4 hours in order to get to be with somebody between the flights that I was waiting for. And so, unfortunately, I didn't make it to Singapore. And I didn't make it to see Christian and Europe up in the valley. So I'll just leave it to my father used to say it's always a cheap lesson if you learn from it. So I learned.
Well, hopefully, yeah. Well, hopefully you won't have to go through it again, and next trip will be easy, Bruce. You're now an experienced traveler between those countries, so now you know the rules. Sure.
I'm so built, so it's not a big deal for me. Somehow or other, I will to Thailand. I'll see Casey Lammer, and I'm gonna get some more work done.
All right, brother. Glad on board. Let's say Karina before she has to pick up. Go ahead, Karina.
Thank you. Hello. It's always nice to see you guys. How's everybody today?
You didn't even
Excellent.
notice that I don't have a collared shirt on, did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't actually. But I
That's
wasn't
all
really
right.
paying much attention.
I hear that a lot from women. I don't pay attention to you. Why should I?
Well, it is a fact. Yeah. Yeah, that this elixir I actually love. I have to say it's really good, guys. I just got it not long ago, so I had to share it with you because literally, like the first time I took it, I lost 9 pounds. Literally, I was just surprised. So I tried it again. I'm gonna keep doing it, but you have a lot more other stuff involved in it. It's just I don't have the money. It's a lot of money to eat organically in the correct way. But there's little things like you can do with the olive oil, and that's keeping yourself healthy. But
Well, I
other
hear
than
the
that,
apples are going to start rolling next week. Crypto maybe on as early as Monday, Tuesday, and then
I
after that
know.
will be the cashola going from
Oh,
bank
it's so exciting!
to
I
your
can't
bank.
wait because then I
So
will
that
be
was
doing
announced today, John. I don't know if you were around for the 5 p.m.
Yeah.
But Ash came on and did a corporate webinar. It was corporate, and Mohammed Kamal was there.
Yes.
That was what I gave a brief summary of, and I think we were the first ones to summarize what happened today.
Okay, so I might have
by
missed
the
it
way,
at the very beginning because
the back office has a summary. I think Daryl wrote that one, right? Wasn't it Daryl?
Janet was going to write it, but it may
Yes.
be Daryl wrote it. Daryl Cook.
Yeah.
One of the two of them wrote it
But
along with Dan.
the notes are there, for our deaf too. They have notes ready in the back office. Now you can read the notes.
Thank the Lord.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, I got nothing else. I'm just hanging out.
That's it. You got nothing, but you are a RobLynnLive, are you not?
I sure am. Every single day I try. I love you guys. Absolutely, yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Over to Dawn. Dawn Swire. Talk to us, please. Was tonight's topic right up your alley? I hope so.
Let me trying to get my mic on here. Is it working?
Yeah.
You're on.
Okay. Well, when it comes to healthy stuff, it's always up my alley. That's me. That's I've been like this for years, even with my children, the way I fed them, and so that's a big deal for me. So ask me some questions.
Well, what did you think of some of the remedies that people take with the olive oil and the different oils mixing, and also with the bitters, I guess, that Karina has taken, and some of the other things? Did you hear any of them? Were you on?
I heard some of them. I mean, if it's working for them, that's good. Everybody, there's so many different remedies out there that people are using, that it's good. It's, you know, they're trying it, and if it's working for them and making them feel better, it's okay
And
with
then
me.
it was brought up by Greg and others about Bragg's oil.
Vinegar.
I've heard, yeah,
Vinegar.
I've heard vinegar is very good for you. I've taken it some in the morning. It's quite a powerful shot in the morning, but
It's definitely an eye opener for sure.
yes, it is. But it is very good for
How
you.
do you do it, Dawn? I know how good it is, but it's so hard to take that vinegar.
Yeah, I do the lemon water too, but lemon water and olive oil and apple juice is really good for the gallbladder, especially if people have problems with gallbladder. You can cleanse it with that. That works really great. But
That's good to know. I take these apple cider goalie things every day, and I'm getting the
Okay.
combination there. But I think the Bragg's, I bought those little shots of Bragg's. They come in a little 6-pack, and I would down one of those every morning. A little strong, but I felt better for the rest of the
Good,
day. It
good.
does make you feel good.
no, that's I mean, there's a lot of great things you can do, a lot of great things out there, and I'm glad to hear people are doing those things. You know, it's important, and it's a good way to start your day out, especially getting the water you should get every day. But I've always been very physically active. I belong to a gym. You know, I walk 2 miles. I try to walk 2 miles a day when the weather's nice. And plus I have my total gym here in the house where I do my leg presses and stationary bicycle. And so
I've made it on the screen. My Craig had deceded.
All right, Greg, give us a couple of minutes. We'll have Dawn finish what she was saying, and then we'll go over to you.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Dawn.
but it's good to set up a schedule for yourself, you know, a routine, what days you want to exercise. I mean, you don't have to do it every day. I mean, it's always good to do something physical, but even if you do it 2 or 3 times a week, you know, that's a really good thing to be doing, plus eating healthy and having your water. And if you're doing that, you're doing great.
Yeah, the AMA, American Medical Association, suggests 45 minutes 3 times a week, if you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'll
No,
get the blood pumping.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Well, all righty. We'll be back to you because we want to talk a little more about tonight's topic, which is your physical health. So we'll be back to you if that's okay. If you can rustle up the one and only DL, that'd be cool too.
Oh, he's relaxing in his chair here.
His chair.
But he's listening.
Listen enough. All right, over to you, Greg. Say hello, brother. What's going on in Vermont?
Well, it's pretty worn out. I mean, I don't know. The snow is melting. We still have some snow out there, but I don't know. It's supposed to be below Vermont, not I know that Florida is usually doesn't get much snow or anything, but I'm trying to go back to skiing and it's like mission impossible.
All right. Now, you and I had talked about the other day you getting a hold of Apple about your computer. Were you able to get a hold of them or not yet?
No, not yet. And also I have a problem with either Google or Facebook is really, on my computer anyway, it's really sketchy. They were busy repairing, but I don't know if other people are seeing the same thing.
Well, you can always try another day. I mean, things keep changing with Google and Facebook and all those different platforms. So, and it's always good. I don't know if you're like me, but you should turn your computer off at least at night when you're not using it. Let it refresh.
Yeah, I usually do. If I can get it to turn off. Sometimes I am unable to. But again, it's like the 10-year-old rebuilt computer that I got. And you know, I'm hoping that eventually I'll get something better. But you know.
You will. You will. Apples are going to start flowing within the next week or so. So stay tuned, according to Mr. Ash. So we'll come back to you in a little bit. We'll come back to you. Let me see. Where were we before I? Let's see. Where were we? Carmela, where are you awake? Carmela. Carmela Schwartz, come in, please.
Hello.
Fire, fire, fire. My wardrobe specialist has sent me to the cleaners. I've got to go get a collared shirt. I'll be right back.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Here it's middle of the night. You are evening? What time is in your place? Here is in the middle of the night.
9 p.m. here.
Somebody wake me up at 2 o'clock and tell me she's on the I need link. Come to see Ash. And I didn't have the link, and I signed the link, and they closed the they closed the show. I was there for 1 minute.
Oh, shucks.
The end. But it's okay. I have wrote down immediately in RobLynn session who was there, and somebody said that there is in the office. Janet Butler wrote something, so I went and I read already what she said.
Dan Street wrote it.
It's like, you know, it's like a story that starts something and then the end is good. That's the important. It's the bottom line. So it's with a good end, and I'm happy.
Yeah, and there might be a recording. You never know.
For our food, I want to tell you, I in my life don't like to take medicines. I believe medicines help in one place and do something wrong in another place. I will give you an example. I was very young woman. You know, women have problems when they have their period every month. And I had painful, and I needed to take a bottle, pills to help me. And I used to take 1-2 pills every month to pass this time. And once I was taking 1 pill and it didn't help me. After 2 hours, I take the second one and it kills me. I thought that I'm going to die. I started pain here and it stopped in the back. So I took the pills, I put them in the garbage, and I said, if I will die, I will never put this in my mouth. Since then, I'm not taking any pills anymore. I understand the point.
Yeah.
So if I have a pain, usually I see I'm doing mind thinking. You know, I'm sitting in bed and I'm speaking to myself. I'm speaking to the pain, and I'm telling him, as you come, you have to go, and it goes.
Yeah. Mind over matter.
No pills.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that.
Okay, we got
and I try to hit.
You know,
and I try to hit my how I learned that to speak to my pain. My father was one day I have a headache.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on.
he had a headache, and I went to visit him, and I asked
hear
him.
you, Harry.
I can hear you, Harry.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Okay.
I had the
Oh,
same
Take a
problem
pill.
with the
It will
last.
help you to take out the headache. He told me, no, I'm not taking pills. I'm speaking to the headache, and as it comes, it goes. I said, my father is not normal. He's talking nonsense. But one day I had a headache, and I said, if it worked for him, why it won't work for me? Let me try it. So I went to bed, and I started to speak to the pain, and it goes.
You spoke to the pain and it went away?
I'm breathing to the pain, and I'm making meditation, and I speak to him, and it goes.
Yay.
Well, meditation is one of
try
those things you can do that's good for the body, good for the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it goes. So I don't take pills. No more
All right.
pills.
No pills for Firefighter Schwartz. All right. We'll come back to you.
No pills.
We'll come back to you in a few minutes. We're going to go over to,
Something
I
to do.
was here a
You
minute
have
ago, Robert Oakes.
get money from
There he
people to take that take pills, but it's my life.
That's right. All right. We'll talk to you again in a few minutes. Let's go over to Mr. Oakes. Hello, Robert. Glad to have you here, brother.
Hi, Robert.
Go ahead and unmute. Can you unmute? It's at the bottom there. Unable to unmute.
Or
Okay.
by the right of your picture. There's a microphone there.
Okay, let me do it. Let me see if I can.
Or at the very bottom, it's green microphone.
Do you see any sort of microphone you can click on?
Maybe you have to refresh. You know how to refresh? Try that.
Give it one of these.
Refresh.
We'll come back to you for sure.
Karina knows how to do that. Carmela too.
All right. Before we, what happened to, wait a minute. What happened? Oh, there he is. Harry, over to you, brother, now that we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, hello. Sorry, I wasn't on last night. I was working till 3 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out. Daryl had a lot of issues with his computer. He couldn't get into it. So his password didn't work. So I had to figure out how to get past the password without using a password. So we managed to do that today. We're there for a couple hours. And Daryl, see if your mic works. No, you can't unmute.
You mean Robert?
Yeah. Well, Daryl Robert Oakes.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Oakes, see if you can unmute now.
No.
Yeah, Lynn tried.
guess I
She can't unmute from here.
Usually I can unmute you, but I can't. So it's maybe something to do with your settings.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's. I'll have to show him tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
setting.
keep playing with it. We'd love to hear from you. Keep playing with it.
Yeah, look at your computer settings, your audio settings. Try and see if that's, play around with that. And then we'll come back.
Yeah, I'll have to show you tomorrow something how to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's
we'll
what
put Harry to work
That's
tomorrow.
what I've been doing every night.
That's okay. So before we lose Robert, while we have a full panel, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a group shot.
All right.
And if my husband and I got to squeeze a Rooney. Oops. Let's go back, then we can fit better. Okay. Okay.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3. Action shot, like you can wave, where you can say peace or do something like that. Make it fun. All right. 1, 2, 3.
All right. I think we got it. That's good enough.
Look at John. John, did you mean to do that?
Yes, he meant to do that.
You covered. He did cover his stuff.
All right. Let's go over to Greg Hill. And I want to tell you, Greg, that
So funny.
that gift today was incredible.
Oh,
The one you did today. Thank you.
that was complex. It's really nice.
Maybe it was a little too complex. I don't know which one you're talking about. The RobLynnLive straight top, or the
Right, the RobLynnLive Straight Talk one.
oh well, that was the picture of the Japanese style with
Oh,
the
I
water.
love that. I like the Asian. Of
But,
course, I like the Asian one. Yeah.
The gift that I did with the finger pointing,
Yeah, that one.
it didn't have everything in there that I had put in there, and for some reason, it wasn't taking it properly. It was missing one word, and that was your physical health, and that was supposed to say your physical health, and then see you there. But it just said physical health, and I was like, and I tried to fix it before everything happened, but too much going on, so I can only do so much.
All right, man. Tomorrow is another day.
Yes.
So
right.
has everybody here had a chance to hear what went on at 5 o'clock with Ash McFarr today? Do you need me to review anything, or do you have any questions?
No, wasn't on there. It was that Daryl's helping him with his computer. So,
all right. Well, does anybody mind if I review what I reviewed a little bit ago?
No.
Yes.
Yep. Sure.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, do that, please.
When
All
I
right.
joined, they were ending.
Yeah,
Oh,
go for it.
okay. Okay. That's right. You were at work. Well, what happened today is about 4:30 in the afternoon, it was published in the OES, in the ticker, that there would be a corporate short webinar, a quickie, I guess. And that was published there. To start with, there were about 1,000 people there. It got as high as 1,800, but with such short notice, I think it was hard to get so many people on there. He did talk about some of the trials and tribulations they've been going through at corporate. One of the biggest things happened today with the Bangladesh newspaper slamming ONPASSIVE as being a multi-level marketing scam. Now, that appeared prior to ONPASSIVE even being notified that they were going to be lambasted like that. And the problem there is there are some founding members in Bangladesh who have done nothing but create trouble. They had, and this is according to Ash, this is not Mad Hatter speaking. Ash said what they've done, a number of these bad apples, no pun intended, have taken credit cards that are no good and use them to pay, or someone else's credit card or debit card, use them to pay for founders who may be in the United States, and they may be in France, and they got away with it for a period of time. Well, now ONPASSIVE obviously figured out what was going on, and especially now where if someone's going to pay for OConnect, they have to do the CAPTCHA, and the CAPTCHA is going to catch you. So that's a good thing. And then we've got O-Verify coming within weeks, which will definitely verify by picture ID. And he also mentioned that he was going to quit, and everybody's jaw dropped. And he says, well, I was going to quit quitting is what I was going to do. So Ash is going nowhere. The company is solid as a rock. This is according to Ash. And Mr. Muhammad Kamal, who I trust explicitly, was on with Ash. And he went into a dissertation. He's actually in Cairo, Egypt, working at the home office, not home office, but the founding members office in Cairo with Dr. Tarek. Then Ash also went into that the withdrawals are going to start this coming week. Starting on Monday, it will start with the crypto, which will be followed by the bank-to-bank or bank withdrawal through, a wire transfer. That may take the whole week to happen, but it is going to happen. He also mentioned that there will be bulk withdrawals after all that happens. In addition, let's see what else Ash had. Oh, the A-bomb that Ash has talked about time and time again is coming next week. So look for it next week. It's supposed to be the biggest kaboom in ONPASSIVE history. And this is Ash's words. Those are Ash's words. It will be the biggest thing to hit the streets for ONPASSIVE. So exciting times. It's already Friday in some areas of the world. So it's only 3 days away for some of us. It's 3.5 days away for the rest of us. And that's not too
Shabby.
I knew she'd pay attention and catch that. All right. So if you want to get a better synopsis, I would say go to the in O Founders, go to OES, and then the in updates, you'll find the O Founder not Daryl, but Dan Street did the recap today. And he's very detailed, that gentleman. I've spoken to him a number of times.
I give him credit. That's fast to put out a summary.
He didn't waste time getting it out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he had a little bit of help from his friends. Let's see, Mr. Schur, as well as Daryl Cook, as well as Janet Butler. So team effort, got that out very, very fast.
Very nice.
So that's pretty much the update. Karina, I see you had your hand up. Go ahead.
Go for it, Karina.
Karina.
Thank you, Rob. I was yawning. Sorry about that.
Wait a minute. I do that every night. Are you kidding? That's
yeah,
cool.
I'm bad for that.
Yawning is nature's way of telling you should have taken a nap.
I know, right? I'm a little tired. That's okay. I just wanted to elaborate a little bit on what I do. So besides the oil every day, I wanted to tell you that I take your zinc, magnesium, and all that stuff. Collagen. I just started taking collagen and B12 and vitamin D, D3, and ivermectin and NAC I take once in a while. And then I also do a detox bath, which is something I just started about maybe a month now. So every Wednesday or whenever I get time, I guess, you just go into a 1 cup of Epsom salts and 1 cup of hydrogen peroxide, but it's 17.5%. So it's very strong. And you put a cup of each in your bath water and it detoxes you from, all the stuff outside. And Carmela, I don't take anything either that's not natural. If it's from the doctor, I go to the natural path. Anyways, I just wanted to finish that. So yeah.
But you are focused on your health, and that's all good.
I try, but I don't take anything if I'm in pain either. I have to be in a lot of pain to actually take something. So thanks for letting me speak.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Over to Greg Hill. Greg, go ahead.
Unmute. There you go.
There we go. Okay, so anyway, physical health. First, I want to say hello to everybody here. I think I enjoy what they're telling about. I do vinegar water every morning. I started it probably almost 6 months ago, and I noticed a big difference in my intestine inside, how they work, because it's good for your gut health. I know that. So I don't want to talk other things, but let's just say that everything's working very well. And so
everything's smooth, so to speak.
Yeah, well,
you know what you mean.
I eat a lot of nuts and other things like that as well. I do vitamin D, I actually take it's called K2, which is really, really a good vitamin for your vessels, your blood vessels. I do drink olive oil. I love olive oil. I have my Greek olive oil hat on. Actually, this is a Greek hat given to me by a good friend of mine named Steve Demopoulos. His dad was 83 when he went to a doctor and before he was moving to a assisted living house. And the doctor said he had veins of a 20-year-old because they have a lot of olive oil. And olive oil is really, really good for your veins and keeping cholesterol down and stuff. So I do like olive oil. And they do make a good vinegar that, when you mix olive oil and vinegar, red vinegar, balsamic vinegar, it can be dipped in with bread just alone can be really, really good. If you get the right kind of vinegar, red balsamic vinegar. And they can be very expensive, but normally virgin olive oil is what you want to drink if you're going to drink it. And Dr. Stephen Gundry, who is the world-renowned heart cardiologist, he has a book out. It's called The Plant Paradox. And it talks about tomatoes and about lecithins and all these kind of things that you should really be careful about. And interesting guy. And he even lost 70 pounds himself. And I didn't read the whole book because there's a lot of terminology there. I'm not a doctor, so I don't like to do too much about it, but it's interesting. And he highly suggests drinking olive oil every day. He said it's really, really good for your heart and your veins. So, of course, with my vein situation the way it was here this last October, I really kind of started taking more olive oil. I took 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C every day for the last 5 years that I can remember of. I take turmeric. I do 4,500 milligrams of turmeric with pepper every day. I don't do a lot of exercise right now because my knee is bad, and but I do chair exercise like we talked about and we saw, and I don't know. You can do it. A person can do what he wants, and exercise is good for you. They say that planking is the best exercise you can do. Planking is really a hard exercise. It actually can be done in different ways. So I do a little bit of planking. I don't know. That's about it. I missed Ash's stuff today. I really wanted to hear that. And I couldn't catch on like everybody else got a hold of. But I'm sure more is coming. It's just, I'm just feel so blessed to be part of this whole thing that's happening. I mean, I'm looking forward to filling my gas tank and then helping others. I still help others before that's happened, but it's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people who really want to help other people. And that's what, for me, it's what it's about. I want to be able to help other people. And that's why I do the things that I enjoy doing. I don't like talking about me, to be quite honest with you. As I've already said, for me, this is kind of a difficult thing to do. Like playing music on stage for years, I still get kind of crazy about it, get nervous about it, and that kind of thing. I know one thing I really enjoyed is John Brill. I love you, brother. I don't see you right now, but it's a good thing that you're an actor. I don't know if I could show people my nose like that, but I love you so much. You made me really put a laugh and a smile on my face, and you got a great heart, man. So I just want you to know that, okay? If you hear
He's the Tin Man.
Yes, he is. I'll stop
Hey,
for now.
Greg,
Yes.
I want to ask you a question. Does olive oil have a taste to it?
Yes, there is taste to olive oil. And depending on what kind of olive oils you can have, some olive oils can actually have kind of a fruity taste to it. So you have to really, there's a lot of different kind of olive oils out there, but I highly recommend if you're going to drink olive oil, make sure you get a virgin olive oil. And olive oil can be used for cooking, of course, but you really don't cook on high heat with olive oil because it does destroy some of the characteristics of the olive oil. But we do cook with olive oil a lot also. Or I do.
It's like honey.
So, yeah.
All right. Let's go over to Mayor because he's on his way to work shortly. Mayor, come in, please. Talk to us. Can you unmute, Mayor? Can you hear us? Mayor, can you hear? Let's see. Mayor, can you hear us, Mayor? He cannot hear us.
Okay, we'll go back to him.
We'll come back to Mayor. It's over to, I think we'll go over to Double Mel.
Can
We'll
I
go to
say
Mel. I'll
something
come back to you, Carmel.
about
I
the
want
olive
to add
oil?
some words
Or burn?
to the olive oil for a second.
Yeah, I wanted to say something too about the
The
olive oil. Look for a burn.
olive oil with the presses in cold. If it's in hot, it's not good. It have to be in pressed in cold, and it have to be 5% of more than 5%.
All right.
You need.
And a
Thank you,
burn.
Miss Ford.
Should
It's
have a
very
burn.
important.
That's important, they say in Italy. If it burns a little bit, that's a good olive oil. Should have like a peppery kind of a burn to it. That's what I was told by Italian, and he knew what he was talking about. So I just thought I'd tell you that.
All right. Now we're over to Mayor because he was unmuted. Mayor, are you unmuted? Can you unmute? Go ahead.
Unmute. Mayur. One more time. Click one more. There you go.
All right, Mayur, can you hear us? We want to hear you.
But this unmute, but yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes. Today's topic is your physical health. We use in walking, taking vitamin D naturally from the sun most of the time. But my schedule is not that I would get the vitamin D from the naturally. So I had in 2016 my weight will be would take 15 kg due to some thyroidism. So now in last 6 months I would lose my weight for the 15 kg. And right now I'm getting better physical health. And can you hear me?
Yes, you're loud and clear, Mayur. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. Then now we use some Ayurvedic treatment. If is there taking medicine of allopathic, we use most of the time is Ayurvedic treatment. They if any like Camarella Sen ma'am is in some due to some in period, so it will be use some Ayurvedic medicine if they get Ayurvedic medicine from their country, so it will be better to know side effect about that. My wife also is suffering from same problem, so we use the Ayurvedic treatment also. So and physical health is about you getting your body fit, making some exercise daily, or a routine is about that you get walk at least 1 to 2 kilometers if possible, and it will be better for a long time for heart. Walking is best for the heart, getting some exercise. It's all about the from my side physical health. So thanking you.
All right, thank you, Mayur. Let us know when you have to leave for work. Just for the pharmacy, just give us a wave, and we'll know you're leaving for now. All right, let's go to Mel. Mel. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, I am here, present, teacher. I'm sorry. Health is everything to me. Although sometimes I feel a little bit under the weather, but whenever I prance around or walk back and forth, I don't have stairs here, which I used to do. Because, walking back and forth on the stairs, that alone in itself is a good exercise. You go a few times back and forth on the stairs, or if you have a long hallway, you can walk all along the hallway, because here where I am, I don't have much of a hallway here in my apartment, but the building is a big building. It's 4 blocks. So I walk inside the building to a certain distance and I come back. So that alone helps my blood to move, right? As far as plants and olive oil and things, I was raised, by a good mom. I'm sure a lot of us can attest to that. My mom grew all types of herbs, all types of vegetables, all types of things that could heal us. Never were we going to doctor until I came to Canada, honestly. I only know to go to a doctor for a physical checkup, and that was it. But honestly, the green herbs, straight from the garden stuff, washed nicely, peeled, and just steamed, it's a good thing. We grew up eating bitter grass, as I said before. Like my mom used to cook, there's that couple of bitter leaves, and like it or not, we used to be forced to eat it, and I'm happy I did. So the same thing, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. She used to drizzle over the green herbs when she steams it, and a little bit of salt. And that was our lunch, more or less, sometimes. And things like avocado, all these things straight from the garden. So you know how they say from earth to table? That was my mom. So it's instilled in me, and I came here, and this is why I don't like. I respect the doctors, of course, but I like to do my own. And I, like Camilla said, I think I heal myself a lot of times, because Rob and Lynn and the others, you all, sometimes you see me on the line and I feel like I'm ready to sleep, and I feel like I'm under the weather, really and truly, once in a while. After the live, what I do, I prance back and forth. Yeah, I am in that hallway, and I would talk to my sister or my daughter, and then after a while, I just feel lively. So it's just sometimes the blood needs to move, because I'm confined in a chair every day for 8 hours working, and it doesn't really help. I mean, I would stand once in a while, but our job, it causes us to sit because we are connected to a headset. So I can't stand stretching it out, because I might carry the computer with me if I stand depending on the distance I walk, right? With a mic on my head. So taking those little steps, walking up and down some stairs, back and forth, or the hallway, even going outside and just sipping the sunshine, just looking up at the sky and sipping out, all these things are health properties. They help to heal you. And I believe in natural healing a lot, very much so. I used to go to a naturopath. I still do once in a while, but it's very expensive. Visits are like $350. And I would take my son to encourage him, even if he's a big man, but I would pay for him. And that's a lot of money. So I kind of try to do things on my own, and it does work. I'll give you guys a story, a true story that happened to me a couple of months ago. I felt my knee. I'm getting old, but I'm not that old. My knee was jolting a bit. I felt like whenever I walk, my left knee would almost like I can feel, and as if I feel like I was going to fall. So I said, oh no. So I went in the washroom, and like Camilla said, I was praying. I hold onto my kneecap and I was praying over it. I said, you are not going to take a hold of me today. You're not my master. You talk to the pain, you talk to it. And I would hug that area like a baby, and I would pray. And next thing I know, and I tell it to people, next thing I know, I could feel my knee, whatever that was happening in my knee, it swiveled around. I could hear the sound. And all of a sudden, I heard the snap, almost like it put itself back in place. I'm not sure what that was. So I said, wow, are you kidding me? I said, Lord, that must be you. It's not my hands, but yours. And it went back in place, and I do not feel that pain anymore. So
Nice.
sometimes in our head, what we think in our head is what is happening to our body. We have to think align our body and our minds together. If we are thinking that we're going to be healed, we'll be healed. If we are thinking that a sickness coming on us, oh my God, I'm going to get sick, I don't feel well, then the don't feel well will take a hold of your body. And there's so many things around. Even when you go to the supermarket, you have things like aloe vera. They have the long foot. We call them a foot because it's one long sleeve, right? And it has the spikes on the end. So you just peel that out and you scrape out the jelly inside, as I said before, and then you can put it in a blender along with ginger root. You just peel out the little dry outside of the ginger, cut it up, throw it in the aloe vera, some lemon juice, like real lemon, not the bottle ones, because they all mix, and some honey, and you just blend and you drink. And all these things are good for your inside, all of them. I don't always do it, but the times I remember, I get a hold of it. And another thing in our foods, the spice that we use can help us. Like gram masala. Maya, you probably know gram masala. And maybe Camilla and Don. There's the fenugreek seed, turmeric.
Fenugreek.
Yeah, all these herbs, you know what, believe it or not, when you use them in your food, I will say it raw because I'm raw. You go to the washroom, there's no smell. It helps. It does help. It cleans out whatever is inside. And that's the herbs that I use, along with the little dry leafy ones. But all these things are good for your body.
All right.
You know?
Thank you, Mel Mel.
So much good advice here.
Yeah, we're definitely on a health kick tonight.
It helps me a lot personally because, you know, when I hear suggestions and I incorporate some, I'm like, oh, wow, what a life-changing thing. So it's awesome. Thank you.
Some more folks have joined us. I see DL is taking over for Dawn now.
All right, let's go to the
You
gallery.
want to come back in a little bit? We'll come back to you in a little bit.
So we can see who's here. It's the gallery view right now.
Okay. We'll come back to you in a few minutes. Let's go over to Patricia Green, Miss Pat Green.
And if
Dorothy,
if anybody wants to speak, raise your hand. There's a raise hand option also. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
How is everybody?
Good.
It's good to see you all. And Greg, before I say anything, I apologize. My screen did something funky, so I had to restart it. And I missed the name or what type of olive oil you drink and how much.
Oh, okay. Someone can repeat it for you.
I couldn't tell you the brand name. To be quite honest with you, they all change. Whatever I can find at Ross sometimes is a good quality olive oil. It's just as long as it's virgin olive oil. You'll know it when you taste it, and some are stronger taste at the end than others, which they say is a good thing, which I don't have any problem with because the strong bite goes away. So that's all good. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I drink a shot glass full of it a couple times a day. I just like it's smooth and it's good.
I've never tried olive oil except on salad. So I really didn't, and it's been a long time since I've done that. So I wasn't sure, what olive oil tastes like. And I was curious about that. Thank you, Greg, for answering my question.
You'll be surprised.
I got a funny story to share. I've been drinking some water and I've been using this flavoring that I put in my bottled water, shake it up. And I had a small bottle of water. And so there was too much in this tube to put the whole thing in there. So I set it aside and I was eating lunch and I had made a ham and cheese sandwich and I had some potato chips. And I accidentally spilled this tube of grape flavoring all over me, all over my sandwich, all over my potato chips. So my potato chips tasted like this grape flavoring. It didn't look like it, but it tasted like it. I've never had potato chips like that. I thought it was interesting, but anyway.
Oh, you're going to have that. You have to be careful when you get to be our age, Miss Green. Spilling.
I know. It's kind of crazy because it was like, whoops, I accidentally did that. And it was all over me and all over the floor and all over the, I have a container of nuts over here by me and it was all over the top of the container. Fortunately, it had the lid on it. But it was kind of like, this is fun.
All right. Let's move across the country a little bit and speak to Pedro. Pedro, talk to us, please. From Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Hello, everyone. I see the panel is full. That means that everybody has a story to share on health.
Yes,
and I've been listening to all the good advice from ginger to olive oil. It seems to be the olive oil is the thing to do, and I do eat. I do put on the salad or on bread, and and that kind of thing. It's always, olive oil is always part of the daily diet, but I am big on fruits. In the morning, I do at least 4 fruits with my cereal. My cereal is not just a cornflakes. It's oatmeal, but steel cut with oatmeal and quinoa. That's the boil with water, and then add. I'm not using dairy products. I am using oatmeal milk, and that tastes pretty good. And of course, when I am ready to eat it, I add honey, and that gives me enough energy to even skip lunch if I need to. So fruits are recommended. I love coconut. I love avocado. That's part of my diet. Avocados are always present. It's good for the hair. I'll tell you, I have good hair. That's all I have. I don't have anything else but good hair. And yeah, thank you for all the suggestions. You pay attention. I know lemon is great, but I never saw it combined with ginger, and so that's pretty good. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try some of the suggestions, even if I have to go back to the chat and pick up some, with accuracy what they said. But good stuff. Health is important. If you don't have good health, everything else suffers and besides, we have a goal to see the outcome of ONPASSIVE. So that is a good incentive for us to take care of our health. Of course, exercise, moderate exercise is good. I try to do it every day. I cannot swim yet, but what I'm doing, I am swimming. I'm swimming as I am getting up the bed or standing up. I do a number of swimming laps just to keep up, to keep in the mind that I can swim, and that seems to be working. Moving your arms up and down, that is a good exercise. So I'm doing physical therapy twice a week. Is working out. I have improved a lot. My strength has picked up a lot, and so yeah, eating healthy is important. Sleeping is even better, but when you can. So thank you for all the suggestions. Gettysburg was a fine day today. I took another picture, trying to get one picture a day of Gettysburg sunset, and it's working out. I'll share those eventually. So it's good to see everyone here.
All right. Good to see you too, Pedro. Thank you for being here. DL, did you want to hop on or you want to wait a little bit? I think Mama's helping him. On.
Yeah.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, excellent. I just wanted to say I have a deep felt respect for Melanie in particular because with the breast cancer and everything that she went through, my older sister died from breast cancer about 20 years ago, so I know what she went through. So Melanie, God bless you. You just hang in there and do the best you can. And it's a tough thing, I know. So also good to see John with your he knows everybody. Good to see you. Also, as far as healthy eating goes, I mean, my wife here, obviously, she's the queen of it, so to speak. She's kind of saved my life in a lot of different ways. But basically, for breakfast, I always have a I always have a bowl of cereal with cinnamon, honey, and blueberries. That seems to start my day really well with some water. I stay hydrated. I drink half my weight in water in ounces. So I'm about 175 pounds. So I drink about roughly 85 ounces a day, which comes out to about around 3/4 of a gallon daily. Now you don't want to over drink it either, because there could be over hydration issues with that. So you just got to be careful. As far as exercising and everything, I exercise 6 days a week, actually. I do my leg presses. I get on the bicycle, and I walk around as much as I can. I've got a lot of physical issues going on right now, but it's a miracle I'm even walking, to tell you the truth, considering what I've gone through. But I know about the surgeries and everything that John goes through, and I went through one of my own about a year or so ago on my neck. So I got some certs in my staples in my neck. So I had to do that. That was unfortunately I had done it to Veterans Administration there, and anybody, Rob in particular, knows about the VA. They're kind of witch doctors to a degree. So I'm just glad to be here. But as far as eating goes, I get a lot of the aloe vera juice that Don takes, and seems to help a lot also. So as far as eating breakfast, sometimes I mix it up. I'll have some eggs, but I also have some turkey bacon. The pork, I can't really handle that too much, but the turkey bacon in particular, I really enjoy it. And as far as dinners go, I really watch what we do. And as John was, I'm sorry, Rob was saying it the other day about the bok choy. That's pretty gutsy there, Rob, eating that bok choy on it raw. That's really brave as far as I'm concerned, because Dawn always fixes it with some kind of olive oil. She mixes cabbage and a few other things in it. But I'll tell you what, I never thought I'd get a taste for bok choy, but by golly, I really love it now. And another thing that's really good for you probably never heard of this, but okra in particular, okra water. I think Melanie gave me a thumbs up on that. She's heard of it, but okra water in particular is really, really good for you. So I just wanted to touch base with a few things that I enjoy, and that's helped me immensely. And my better half here has really been a big part of that, because obviously she's been an INN and as a holistic health coach. So she's helped me in a lot of ways. And but you got to watch your weight too. Weight is very important as far as on your health and your circulation and the whole works. So anyway, that's all I got, and I hope it has helped somebody. And we'll talk again, Rob, soon.
Sounds good. Don't go too far now. We're going to be here a little while longer, so don't stray off there into the pasture there.
Okay.
Let's go now. Let's go to Armin, and then we'll go to Carmela. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold forward on that, Armin. Wait just a minute. Robert, Mr. Oakes, have you got your volume to where you can talk?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man, great. Hey, it's good to see you guys. It's been a long time. I got to thank Harry. I hope everybody gives a round of applause to Harry Britt Schneider, who picked me up today. Got my computer working. I had problems with my internet. It was like 3 months in a row. Like it was in and out. Then my computer. Then it went. It was crazy. So I gotta give it a big hand to Harry Britt Schneider, my brother. I love you, and he got me back on track here, and I'm glad to be on again. Like it's been phenomenal. Harry, you're awesome, man. Yeah. Anyway,
Happy to help.
Yeah, man, it's great. It's good to see you, RobLynn, and everyone. As for health, I've been trying to quit smoking, and I'm doing all right with it, and trying to with the olive oil, and trying to eat healthy, drink healthy, and it's a rough go a little bit, but winter's here, right? So it's hard for me to get outside too as well, because I have COPD. It's hard for me to breathe sometimes, but I do my best. And I just wanted to get back on and say hi to everyone. And John, hey, it's good to see you too, and good you know, that those surgeries. My dad had that, and yeah, he came out good. So you'll come out good. Thanks. So
Appreciate it, John. I hope you get better too. I'm pulling for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Sure. So yeah, it's good. I'm not quite sure what to say. I've been on so long. I've been keeping up with Marty and Chris and everybody, Red, and going in the back office every day and checking out things. And I'm so sorry. I've been busy with driving my girlfriend back and forth to work, and it was just on bad timing. You know, like I have to get her there at night, and then I got to pick her up early in the morning. So sometimes I'm up all night, but I never seem to get on the right channels. And, you know, talk to Norel. I've been wanting to talk to Norel and everybody over in Singapore, whoever, you know, like over in PNG and Philippines. I don't know. I've been lacking it that far. Doing a lot of studies in my own research and stuff. So with health, anyways, my health, it's not very good either, but I try. I've had my hips replaced, so I can't walk that far. Sometimes it gets really, you know, painful. I get up and I go. I try my best to walk around to the corner and back. Anyway, I can barely make it back home sometimes. And well, you gotta try. I gotta exercise with my lungs, my body, and I'm trying. I mean, what else can you do? I want to live a long time, at least to 100.
Ooh, I hope you make it to 100 and I'm your pallbearer. How's that?
Sure. No problem.
That'd probably make me 120. That's all right. Hey, we're glad you're here, and please come back as often as you want.
I'll see you every day.
Yeah.
I'll be on every time you're on.
Right on.
Thank you. I'm going to turn over the moderation to the moderate one in the family while I switch chairs and go into the office, and she's going to get her big desk chair so we're not so squunched up.
Okay, so somebody can talk while we're moving chairs.
Either Carmela or Armin.
Who got their hand raised?
Yes, I can speak. I want to say a few things.
Ladies first.
We are here. I've heard here many good advices. You know, we have a change our lifestyle to get a better life. Our habit, it's or help us or kill us. So sometimes we have to get rid of the bad habits to change them to a better ones, which will help us to be healthy. And in my age, I can say that I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat meat, and I eat most of my life vegetarian. And I used to eat, to drink a lot of milk, many kind of milk, and most of my food was from milk, from cows. And I was allergic for many years, and I didn't know that the allergy comes from the milk. So somebody told me you have to finish eating milk. It was a naturopath, and it will help your health. So I said, how I can stop eating milk? I don't eat meat. I won't eat milk. What I eat? Only greens? I have nothing to eat. And I had make research, and I find that there is a lot to eat without milk. And I said, and I changed my milk to soya milk, to other milks, not milk from the cows. And I left all the food from milk, and I become more vegetarian than I was. And suddenly, all my allergic went away. I used to sneeze from the morning until the night. I was going with this tissue. The nose was red, and I was coughing. And I had many times, I don't know how you call it, sinusitis. 10 times in a year I got sinusitis, full of pain in the head. All of that because of the milk. Because the cow got a lot of hormones. They give them hormones, and all those hormones we got in our food. After I changed the way of eating with the milk, I become another person. I love the cheesecake. I don't tell you that I'm a nun. I don't take any milk. If I go to a restaurant and there is a cheesecake, I eat. I'm not a nun, but occasionally in my home I don't drink any milk. You don't find cheese at my house anymore. It took me maybe 2 years to get rid of it because it was all my food. Because I'm not eating meat. But I learned to find out how to change that to what the body needs. I eat more eggs. I take more things to involve to make the protein that I need for the body. And I change my food, and I feel much healthy. And as Pedro said, I used to swim. Until the corona comes, I used to go to swim at least 4 times a week. And when you open your morning with the swimming, it's another day because you move all your body. The whole body have making exercise in the water. It's not like to go to the gym. It's something else. And it's helped me. I like water, and I like to swim, and it's another day. And when the corona stopped me swimming, I felt I'm going to die. This is the only things I love to do that the corona takes. And nothing else don't disturb me. Only that I can't swim. And it's already 4 years after. And I didn't came back to swim, and because it's a habit. When you get to a habit, when you change it back, it's very hard to come back to the same habit. So my goal is to come back to swim. And in the meantime, I'm not swimming. Now it's war. I can't go to swim again. And I do some sports at home. I go, I jump, I open the radio, put a good music, and run in the home like a crazy man or a crazy woman. For example, you see me even when I'm sitting in the chair, I can sit in the chair. I move. I always move.
You must be eating Mexican jumping beans.
It's a way of life.
It's those Mexican jumping beans you're eating.
Yes, I'm jumping with my dog. I take my dogs, and we are making a time of dancing. We open the radio in good music. I don't care what, and we jumping. We move, all the body move. It's very good because we're sitting all the day in the chair. You can't. The body need to be. Life is movement. If you don't move, you die. That's it. And
I said
what we have here,
your body move day and night on here.
One more things I have to say. When we have here in this session, each of us bring his own experience of life, what it do. It have to written down to a book. We have a lot to give because we can't remember what was here in 1 hour. And in the session too. It has to be written down.
All righty, Carmela, we're going over. All right, we're going to go over to Armin Hogue, if we may.
Oh, hey, thanks a lot, Carmela. It's got to be those Mexican jumping beans I saw when I was 9 years old, and I've never been out of the country. I love those things, and you remind me just like them. You're full of energy. Barking tree frogs, Carmela. Keep it up.
Talk to us and tell us something about what's going on in Canada.
Oh, okay. A lot of barking tree frogs up here. You see them on the trees. They're barking away as you walk by with your groceries. Mel, I just want to say I wasn't fully aware you had that. I'm going to have you deeply in my prayers about the big C. My mother had that. I had to take care of her because nobody else was there. But getting off top, speaking about exercise, you know, when I was 12, we couldn't afford tractors or anything like that on the farm. So we got our neighbor to take 50%. He offered, he'll cut our hay. He'll take 50%. And he would cut it and bale it the same day. And I was 12 years old. And here I am lifting 70-pound bales of hay because that's what they weigh when they're wet. You cut them, they're full of water and all that. But if you let them dry for, I think, 2 or 3 days, they only become 35 pounds. So at 12 years old, man, I was built like Bobby Hall, the hockey player. You know, he was a farmer too. And, you know, today, I'm 68 in another month or so. And I have always been an athlete, not an NHL star, you know, but I love playing hockey out in the frozen ponds, out in the field, and me and my brother, and you know, we had a great time. And me and Kim Bilton and Bill Gillis, 3 classmates of mine in grade 7, we would run to Gananoque Way, 9 miles from our farm, and on Saturdays we would rally up the girls from school. And we'd invite them over in the summertime to play kiss and tag in the hayfields, eh? Woohoo! That was fun, eh? But I was mentioning to John, you know, I was a class clown, you know. When you got nothing and you're poor and you go through a rough life, you got to have a sense of humor, and it just comes out at you. And you wind up in the principal's office because you're too much of a joker, you know. You know, and you got the whole class laughing, and the teacher doesn't like that because they don't got control when the whole class is laughing like a Cheech and Chong movie, you know. Class. And Armin, go to the vice principal's office. You're under detention. You know, and all I was doing was telling a G-rated joke, in grade 7 and stuff, grade 6. But yeah, it was good, you know. Growing up in that kind of economy, poor and in an alcoholic home, basically, it got me out of the house and got me thinking my own, you know, and running. And then I ran and I swam. I ran, I swear, 20 miles a week. And I swam 66 lengths of Jimmy Simpson Pool down here in Toronto, which is 1 mile. And I would do that 3 or 4 times a week. I did that for 27 years. And I had to stop because I did get dragged by a bus on my motorcycle, 60 feet. Thank God I had a 6-cylinder motorcycle. It was really wide. I would have got swept underneath I had a Honda CBX 6-cylinder, 6 carburetors. It would go 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.8 seconds. And Jay Leno has the exact same motorcycle. And he's looking for something that I have. And it's the original brochure of the CBX 1981 6-cylinder, 6 carburetor. I had the exact same one. I got the brochure right here. And if I ever get some apples, I would like to go and give it to him because I don't have a CBX anymore. And I know he's looking for it. He still has his from original. But yeah, now I was in an accident and I stopped running because I got tendons. You know, I can run maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then I get a limp for a couple of days. So I got to work on that. But I like to walk a lot, and I've lost. You know, I bought a pair of Indian blue jean motorcycles from an Indian motorcycle dealer. I couldn't afford a motorcycle at the time. I had a mortgage to pay, but I was in there. I had a Honda 750. That was fine, you know. But I pulled into the Indian motorcycle shop, and the guy fired up an Indian right in the shop. Oh, was it ever nice? Oh, and the only thing I could afford was the blue jean jacket and the blue jean pants. But you know what? I couldn't wear them since 1990 because I put on weight. And I just got into them not long ago, maybe 3-4 months ago. I've lost a tremendous amount of weight. I was a type 2 diabetic. I went off Ozempic because I heard it causes thyroid cancer. And I've been off it now about 2 months, I think, maybe longer. And I dropped a lot of weight. I could never get below 202 pounds. But I went right down. The last time I weighed myself was about 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half. And I weighed 182. So I don't know what I weigh now. But my size 36 pants, I could put my fist down around the waist. And I could probably get into a 34. I bought a pair of 34 summer pants. And I did get into them. But they're a little tight on the rear, eh? And but it's good to lose weight, get out there, and I'm pretty much a vegetarian. I eat a lot of broccoli and asparagus, a lot of ginger, and a lot of garlic, and onions. You know, there goes my kissing women time. You know, you get garlic and onion breath, you're not going to get many kisses. Anyways, it keeps you healthy, and now that I'm pretty much a vegetarian, I only eat oak trees. That's the only thing I'll eat now. It's just a joke. Oak trees. What else do I need to say? I wrote down a few things. Okay, I talked about. Oh yeah. I've never been in a motorcycle accident that was my fault or a car accident that was my fault in over 50 years. And I only got one eye. And every time I go by a bumper, a rear ender, I tell the cops and the two people that got in the accident, you know, if you're not patient, perhaps a child will be one. And you got to be patient when you're driving. You know, it only takes 3 seconds to look left and right. And I've been doing that for over 50 years with one eye. And I haven't hit anybody. And so many people, there's so much of a rush. And I laugh sometimes if there's no injuries. And I say, see, you couldn't wait 3 seconds. And now you're going to have to wait like 3 to 4 hours going to the Ministry of Transportation with your car. You're going to get your insurance rated. It's going to go up 25 to 30%. And look at the time you've wasted. So, like, if you're not patient, sir, ma'am, somebody's going to be one. And it really, that's one of my pet peeves. And, you know, and Toronto's getting so violent now. I lived in the same apartment for 33 years. I worked at the post office 33 years. And since 78, I've been retired since 2010. And come into ONPASSIVE. I had freedom of time, freedom of money for what I want to do. And I've never been in a plane, never traveled anywhere on an airplane, never been out of Canada. I've been to Halifax on my motorcycle. But, you know, it's great doing what I did. But I came into ONPASSIVE for the premise of it in 2021. And I heard that because I am, as we all are, we all have a heart of gold. I'd give my shirt off my back to somebody. And I've done a lot of that. And I've learned from people at the post office, Christians. I don't go to church or anything like that. You know, Father Bad Touch in the Catholic Church. I oppose all that kind of thing. And I just like hanging around good people. And that's why I don't drink. I haven't drank since March 17th, 1985. Won't get into a long of it. But I hung around a crowd of people that don't drink, don't smoke. Primarily, they can smoke. A lot of them do. It's AA, really. It's another outside issue. But I'm so dry, I'm a fire hazard, I like to say. It'll be 39 years come March 17th. What a time to quit drinking. March 17th, 1985 at my cottage, eh? I never hurt anybody, but a cop pulled me over. I thank him for that. I pulled into the police department about 10 years ago, and I went in and I said, I want to thank this whole platoon for charging me with impaired driving. You changed my life for the better. I became a scuba diver. I got my scuba diving bronze. Now, I haven't done it in years, but these are the things I did. Rather than sit at the bar Wednesday nights right around the corner, and I forgot to tell you, this city is getting really bad. A murder, 21-year-old kid, I think, at the Corpus Christi Church across the street from me, 2 blocks. It takes you 3 minutes to walk there. In between the rectory and the church was a dead body found by one of the local neighbors. There's just too much violence here. And that's why even on the subways, a guy on the subway threw gasoline. So like I do pick up a friend at work. She works at the Midland, and I pick her up at midnight, and she was my best friend's wife, and he passed away. And we're friends.
I will.
You know, but I can go on, eh? But I want to thank everybody for listening. It's great being here. You're a great lot, and I like hanging around winners. That's why I'm sober and clean, because I hung around winners then, and then when I came into ONPASSIVE, I saw the premise that we're all, what's that word, philanthropists in our own small way, and Ash wants us to be that. He asked us to, he prayed to Jesus Christ. He finally came out and said it, 3-4 years after he came in, or after he started this. He says, I've had help. And it's just a great lot. You guys are fantastic. And if I may, Pedro, because I'm blind in one eye, I'd like to say a blind girl will be happy to see your hair and mine.
All right, Armin.
All right.
There you go. You got everybody smiling. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate every night you come on, which is just about every night. Let's can we swing over to you, Harry, or are you fading fast?
Oh no, I'm not fading fast. I just don't have a lot to say. But sure was interesting listening to everybody. I'm still doing my, I know a lot of people know no meat, but I'm just strictly meat and distilled water. And I get, well, like I said, I'm still on my 1 meal a day, which is between 5 and 6 o'clock. And then I wait till the next day, fast for about 24, 25 hours. And I'm doing very well. I'm losing my weight. My health is better. I got a heck of a lot more energy. And because I used to, by this time, I'd be asleep with our RobLynnLive, and I gotta get to bed. Huh? But lately, I've been staying up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going, no, I can't do that. I'm not getting my proper sleep that I should be getting. Huh? But I've got so much energy now, and I'm doing very well. So,
all right.
I guess to each their own. Some are vegetarian, some are. I mean, I've never done a carnivore diet until about a month ago now. This Saturday will be a month. And I can, like I said, I can walk forever now. Before I went, like I said, from my front door of my apartment to the parking lot at back, and I'd be having a heart condition, I'd be struggling and getting a severe angina. But now I can walk downtown and have no problem at all with the angina. So I'm doing very well in that respect. And so
keep it up. Keep it up, man. We need you around for quite a while.
Well, just like Daryl said, 100 years old at least. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll say the same thing to you. I hope you make it to 100, and I'll be your pallbearer. No problem.
Yeah, I'll be 71 in February. So I need to enjoy our apples from ONPASSIVE. So it's got to kick in real soon. Well, because I've been now 5 years and 3 months since I've been in. So I'm ready.
All right. Well, this coming week should be a good week for the crypto folks, and the following few days to a week will be good for the rest of us. And it's all good stuff and exciting stuff. And the A-bomb is coming next week. Now, what in the world is the A-bomb?
I hope it's a good A-bomb.
I hope it's a kabooma rooma dooma.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Something that we can all latch on to and feel good about.
for a long time. So over to Mel. Hello, Mel. Talk to us, please.
Thank you. Harry, I must say you look great for 71. You're going to be 71? You look in your 60s.
Yeah,
late
February
60s.
8th. Yeah. I'll be
Wow.
71. Less
Now,
than 2
wait a
months.
minute. I'm the host here. I'm
Yeah,
supposed to
you
be 75, and I think
Of
I'm
course.
looking pretty marvelous too. Just kidding.
You shine for 75, Rob. Don't worry.
Yeah, you do. Both of you guys, Harry and
You
Rob.
do.
You guys don't smoke cigarettes, I'll bet you, and that's the key. That
No
is the
cigarettes.
key. That's the
I
key to
smoked until I
longevity
was
and
30.
youthfulness. That's the fountain of youth.
30 years old, I quit smoking. I was
know-
a chain smoker practically, and I just one day, my first wife, we both took our cigarette packages and just threw them on the road in front of our house because the smoke affected our 2 young children. We'd smoke outside in the summer, sit there, but the kitchen window was open. The smoke would go through the kitchen and through our daughter's bedroom window in the back of the house. And she started coughing and coughing every time we did that. She started coughing, and the one day we said, you know what, it's time to quit. So we literally took both of us had full package. We used to smoke De Maurier. I don't know if they ever had that in the States, but here in Canada it's a big brand. I don't even know if they carry it anymore. But we literally threw them out in the road for the De Maurier. But there used to be red packages. And,
red, yeah.
I still remember the jingle that they used to sing for the
These are lights.
Oh, they're good for you.
Oh, that's why they're blue. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
they're blue. So, well, yeah. So we
Sorry,
just
Mel.
let the cars run over the cigarettes, and we never came back. Now, since my first wife and I are, apart, she met a guy that smokes and drinks quite a bit, and so she got into cigarette smoking again, into beer, which she never drank before when we were together, but she got into drinking beer heavy. But we still communicate. She moved to New Brunswick a short while ago, and but we still communicate all the time, and it's one of those partings that was good. Just hey, we just didn't get along, but hey. But anyways, so I haven't smoked for almost 41 years. So
right on. That's the key.
That's
Can
good
I
stuff,
interject? I gotta go. I want to say everybody thanks a lot. It come 11 o'clock. I've been up for 40 hours. I know Lynn and Rob, you guys do it too. But I had one of those 5-hour drinks, power punch at 1 o'clock this afternoon. But I'm okay to drive, but I gotta go. And you guys take it easy. And what a howl being here. And I guess today is actually Ash
Okay,
Thursday.
Armand.
It's Ash Thursday. What a surprise, eh? I didn't think he's going to show up till tomorrow. God bless you. I'm going to be on overtime praying for you, Melanie.
Have a good night.
Mel, and see you later. Hasta la
God,
vista.
carefully.
Hi, Aaron.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for being.
I got to get a Wodka refill.
I'm going to connect on my OConnect when I'm in the car. See you later.
All right, Mel. I see your hand is waving.
Is it okay next time when I wear my boxing gloves?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just kidding. Oh my God. In my island, where I come from, there's lots of centurions. They're like 110. The oldest one was 125. And every year they celebrate like 10 or 11 of them. And I'm praying that I am one of those. Because these people, they fed on local stuff. When I was home, I used to think that the skyscrapers, all the nice fancy things were the life. But now that I'm here, I realize that the simple things in life are the things that we need. The greenery, right? To nourish our body, to walk through, and to even sit in the sunshine. These are the things that we need. So it's only when I came here, I got, I don't even know up till today if I had cancer, really, or if I was used as a guinea pig, I have to say, because I wasn't sick. I really wasn't sick. I found that lump. I found that little grapeside thing. And I went to my doctor and he referred me. to a specialist. The specialist said they will take it off and I'll be okay. I am back to work 6 months later, or 4 months later, sorry, and they told me I had breast cancer. I was okay. So that brought me down. It brought me on a low because I'm saying at the time, I didn't have much of a choice because the people that were surrounding me tell me, go, go, go get it. Even my supervisor and all. And I hated them for that, right? But I went. And there I am. I think it's 13 years this year. So I am good. 13 years this year. I wasn't sick. I think the treatment they gave me made me go low. But if I knew what I knew now, then I would not have done it. And I don't have cancer. I'm free because I went and they told me I'm good. I don't have cancer. I never like to hear the word C, that big C. I don't like that word. And every time I see someone or hear someone who has lost their life or is ill with something like that, if I know that person, like sometime I would tell them what to do. But again, when you're told you're like that, it puts you in that realm where you just want to get a medication for your body. But if you listen in to someone else who is big on natural stuff, maybe that would help the healing process, I think. But all these people who are centurions, I just applaud. I send them those big emojis because that's long life. That's long life. And when you think, when you see what's happening around you these days, so many young ones are just dropping. Centurions, I just applaud. I send them those big emojis because that's long life. Aman, can you turn off your mic, please? That's long life. And when you think,
Armin,
when you
shut
see
your
what's
mic off.
happening around you
Armin.
these days, so many young ones are just dropping. Thank you. Yeah, so sorry about that. I don't mean to be that way, but yeah, it's yeah. So yeah, that's what helps. You know, with everything that they said, the garden of life is around us, you know, or we neglect it. It's there, but we just are so busy in our own world.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I came back as I heard the topic. My friend had eczema. My ex-girlfriend taught me, she showed me a herbalist who I got cured for my eczema. My girlfriend had it really bad. Her hands were bleeding. My hands were bleeding from the eczema. And my friend I hadn't seen for about 8 months or a year, his wife, I bumped into her at an AA meeting. That's who I hang around. Birds of a feather flock together. And she told me, my man is gone. I said, what are you talking about? I used to ride a motorcycle with him. She says, he had been given too much radiation. They thought he had cancer, but he had eczema. I said, you know what? I helped a lot of people through my ex-girlfriends guiding me to the proper way to deal with it. And I said, if he had you would have told me, I could have given the dandelion, the red clover, and the sarsaparilla at the Asian herbalist, and he would have been cured. You make a drink out of it. I'm cured. I haven't had it in 30 years. It's definitely the only way to go if you got eczema. They gave him radiation and he died.
Yeah, Armin, let me
you know what?
let me go back to
I had
Mel. Mel
Bell's
was in the
palsy.
middle. Armin, may I please go back to
That
Mel?
gave me symptoms like a stroke. I couldn't smile. I couldn't whistle. My eye was open. Couldn't close it while I slept. I went to see my glaucoma specialist and my GP. They said, you have had no, my GP thought I had a stroke. My glaucoma specialist says, no, you got Bell's palsy. But I'm going to send you to this doctor who's a heart doctor. But I went about a month before to a heart specialist for a regular checkup. And he gave me a report. He called me in the office. He says, Armin, you have no restrictions. I'm healthy as a horse.
That's
It's
good,
Bell's
Armin.
palsy I got.
Armin, can you hear me?
And they wanted me to spend 150 Canadian dollars to take an ambulance immediately.
Armin
You know
Hogue,
what?
can
Some
you
of these
hear
doctors
Robert
don't know what they're
Gorman?
doing. You're
Armin
right, Mel.
Hogue.
You were misguided, and I stayed away. I didn't believe I had a heart stroke. No way. How
Armin.
could I?
Armin.
All that swimming, all that running, all my life. But
All
anyways,
right.
I gotta go.
Armin.
I just thought I'd fill you in there on
Okay,
that.
thanks.
Be careful.
Thanks.
Always
Yeah, you
get a
be
second
careful.
opinion.
All right. Thank you,
I
Armin.
think. All
Mel,
right.
can we go back
God
to
bless.
you before I fall asleep? Go ahead.
I gotta go.
Mel, did you want to continue?
Yeah, I was just saying, thank you, Rob. Thank you.
I tried to get to you a little bit sooner, but
Oh, that's okay. No fuss, no fight. It's just not good to interrupt when somebody's speaking. I don't think it's right, but anyhow. Now I was just saying that now I forgot my train of thought. Yeah. Oh yes, when I was taking the treatment, I think I mentioned that if I didn't, then I can anybody who is coming down with or who has a symptom or any diagnosis of cancer, I at first I had to kind of almost learn to walk. Why? Because of the nerves. The medicine gives you a lot of nerve problem, nerve how you call it? It's kind of contractions, and then when you're walking, you feel like you're going. It's like little baby steps at a time. One day I made a mistake and I put on heels because there was a party that my husband we were going to, and I put on heels just from my house to the parking lot at the time. I had to creep back in like a baby because the nerves under my feet, I just felt it going up to my, it was affecting my head. So what happened is I used to walk the mall with my aunt. My aunt was my encourager at the time. We used to walk on, the above part of the mall a few times a day. I did it baby steps at a time, and then I improved. As time goes by, I improved and I improved until I was able to walk properly and put my feet down. But these things are honestly those treatments, like I said, I respect doctors, but this treatment, they will kill. That's why a lot of people die of cancer, because if you don't have hope and your immune system is suppressed, you just feel like your health is going down and your mind, it can affect your mind. But if you say, yes, I want to override that and I'm going to do something because that's not what I want in my life, that's not how I want to be, you will take steps to get yourself better. And that's what I did. And that's why today I am thinking, had I gone back to what my mom had given me, I don't think I would have had anything called cancer as they diagnosed. I don't think I had cancer because it took 4 months after my surgery for them to tell me that I had. I was upset with them, honestly, but I couldn't fight it on my own. So I just went with, and my husband was thou of little faith. So there goes. But my faith, along with what I know, along with those exercise, not running, I like to walk. I think Don mentioned walking. Don husband mentioned walking. I love walking because back home we used to walk a lot, uphill, downhill, wherever, through the forest. Yeah, so physical health to me is very big, very big. And like I said, when I feel like my body feels a bit low, like I feel the energy is low, Camilla said, get up and dance. Yes, I did a lot of that during COVID. I even placed a video on Facebook and I started getting the likes because I just was like a mad woman. I put on those face songs that are uplifting and I was just dancing myself away. And I got a cat. The cat as a pet helps in the healing process too. It helps your physical being, your mental being, because when you look at the mannerism, when you observe how a cat or a pet behaves, then you take on that character yourself. You take on that type of calmness. She would sit there and she would just stare at me when I'm not looking, and if I'm getting upset at something. So I'll look back at her and I'll tell Luna I'm okay. And okay. And then it calms me down. So there's all types of little things to help your physical being, your physical health, mind and body together. That was what I wanted to share. Thank you.
I was saying that I noticed Pat has her hand up, but she's buffering. So she probably doesn't know she's buffering. You know, sometimes when you're buffering, you think something else is going on. So I don't know. I don't think she can hear us, but if she can go ahead and unmute. We'd love to hear from Pat.
I don't see her anymore. There
Oh,
she is. She's back.
Oh, good.
Pat, are you here?
She stopped buffering.
Stop that buffering and talk to us.
Were you able to hear us all this time, Pat, in the last like 15 minutes?
Yes.
You were? Oh, it was
Yes,
strange
I could
because
hear everything that was going on.
I saw the buffering motion for the last 15 minutes or so.
You were circling the wagons there in Kansas.
But you could hear us. That's good to know. Go ahead, Pat.
Yes. I just wanted to let everybody know that I've got to go. But yes, I heard everything. Thankfully, I had to buffer a few times earlier tonight because my screen would change and be like a big tall ladder or something standing there, and it'd be in different colors. So I kept having to refresh the screen, so I could get back to looking at everybody and enjoying everybody. But I still could hear everything that was going on most of the time, so that was really nice.
That's good. That's great.
So and I can tell they're working on everything, and it's improved quite a bit since they first start putting out OConnect, and so I'm really thankful for that too. But anyway, I wanted to say good night, and I hope you all have a great night. I love you all, and
night,
I will
Pat.
see you another time.
See you, Patricia.
All right. Have a good
Thank
night's
you.
rest.
Thank you.
Night.
Night, night.
If you're going to moderate, I think let's go over to Pedro, if you don't mind.
Dawn Swihart had her hand raised.
Like I said, let's go to Dawn.
Dawn, go for it.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I didn't want to take it away from Pedro yet. I mean, if he's ready to talk.
It's okay.
Well,
Please go ahead.
I just want to tell Harry
Please
happy
go ahead.
birthday. You said you're going to be 71? Is that Harry?
Go.
I'm 71, so we're the same age.
Nice.
One thing to me that's so important, especially for children, is sugar. That's one of my biggest gripes with people is the sugar they're giving children. And I try to teach people to read the labels, especially when it says 4 grams of sugar, that's a teaspoon of sugar. And then if it says 16 grams of sugar, when you figure out how many teaspoons of sugar you're feeding them, especially with their cereals, I mean, it just makes me angry that these companies get away with doing this. And I think that's where it needs to begin, to get with these companies that are harming our families and our children and our grandchildren. So that's just one of my pet peeves right now. But and I've been seeing a naturopathic doctor for 20 years. I love her. I mean, she's amazing. She's helped me out so much. And one thing too that's good if you have an ulcer problem, aloe vera juice, about a quarter cup of that, drink that, and it'll heal it. You don't need pills and all that stuff. Aloe vera juice will take care of it. And one thing I do enjoy is roasting garlic. I have a garlic roaster like this that I put my garlic cloves in and turn the oven on at 325 and put all my garlic and pour a little olive oil on it and stick in the oven and turn the oven off and let it cook in there for about 60 minutes. Makes the house smell good and it tastes good too. So we always have a little garlic clove in the morning to start the day out. Wonderful for the breath, But and then DL, He said he likes coconut cake. Somebody said something about liking coconut. Pedro, okay. And he loves to swim too, Carmela. And I think that's about all I just wanted to say. I don't know. You know.
Coconut, did you say coconut cake, you said?
Yeah, he loves coconut cake.
Is that
Don
okay?
does.
Doesn't
I
have
don't
too much
make it
sugar?
for him, but that's what, pardon?
It doesn't have that much sugar, you mean, compared to other
I'm sure it has lots of sugar in it. He just likes it.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't buy
okay.
it and I don't make it. That's something he likes. But I'm pretty strict with my cooking with him. But what he does when he leaves the house, that's his
Yeah.
that's his business.
Right.
But I don't bring it in the house.
Uh-huh.
So I'm pretty strict with him.
We watch out for each other.
But other than that, I don't know. If anybody has any questions or anything, I don't know.
Mel?
We
Mel has
use
a
a lot.
question for you.
Go ahead, Mel.
I know Pedro has to go to talk, but about the coconut cake, you don't need to have sugar. You can use honey. Substitute honey for sugar, or sugar for honey. You just
We use a lot of honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to use sugar because honey is good as a sweetener.
All right.
And coconut
I've used
cake.
coconut. Yeah, I've used coconut sugar too, a little bit of coconut brown sugar too.
Yeah, you can mix the two, like equal amounts, honey and coconut sugar. But yes, coconut cake is good, very good,
It's his favorite.
tasty. Okay.
Sounds yummy, DL. All right, let's go to Pedro, waiting so patiently.
Well, thank you. I just hear good stuff. Garlic seems to be a good thing. I need to incorporate in my daily routine. I love it. Garlic bread is a great thing for me, but add garlic and olive oil. That sounds like a great suggestion. I'm gonna try to do that. Here's something that you can try if anybody wants to go through to the pains of buying a whole coconut, especially if it's not green. When it's not green, green has more water, but if it's not green, means that the inside has already absorbed a lot of the water and it has become sweeter, but it's less water. So if you can go through the pains to buy a coconut, open it to drink the water, it's about 1 glass, but very refreshing. It's the best thing if you are in a tropical country. That is a God-given gift to have coconut around because it quenches the thirst. But what I discovered here is that while I was in Costa Rica and I had the chance to stay for 9 days, 10 days actually, and my daughter took me around and we saw this guy selling fresh coconuts. So I bought the whole thing that was still in the branch, 9 coconuts, and I took them home, put in the car, took them to the place, and I had one each day. What I did is open it, drink the water, cut it in half, and take the inside out, and refrigerate it. Half of you, I would put it on my eggs. I was eating eggs at the time, and that was the best treat. Eat the inside of the coconut with eggs. So if anybody wants to try that, that's a great thing. Very filling, and I'm sure it's good for your health. But yeah, garlic is I hear from many people, Asian people especially, they use a lot of garlic. And they normally have great health, a lot of energy. So something that I need to improve. I am one of the oldest here in the group, along with Rob. We are just about the same age. I was born in 48. So that puts me at, if anybody can do the math, I am 57. Is that correct? Because numbers are swappable. I'm going to
57
leave
sounds
that
good
there.
to me.
But okay, so checking your for suggestions that you have never tried is a great thing. But tonight I'm going to take 3 ingredients: ginger, olive oil, garlic, and lemon. Of course, I do lemon whenever I have opportunity. But I think those 4 ingredients should be present in a daily. Oh, one suggestion: if you ever sort of ate early dinner and then you need to go to bed, and you start feeling that you're a little hungry because you've been talking, or it's too late, or you don't want to have any more food because you want to sleep. But there is one thing that helps, and I have tried this consistently. Have apples around and eat at least half an apple. No, the whole apple. I don't know if you're too hungry, I get the whole apple, but just half apple because you don't want too much energy. But that stops you from being hungry, and you can sleep well. That's a suggestion that I have tried. That's why I can recommend it. Anyway, I leave it at that. Thank you for giving.
All right, Pedro, thank you. Are you going to stick around, or are you heading to bed?
Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, it's about my time to go because I have physical therapy tomorrow. So I'm going to take the opportunity. I'm going to stay about 5 more minutes. I want to see if somebody else comes with something, but 11 o'clock is going to be my top time. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. Let's go over to Mr. Oakes. Go ahead, sir. Unmute if you can and lay it on us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I think everybody makes everybody happy is to know that we're all being loved all around the world from all our brothers and sisters from ONPASSIVE here, and that makes me happy, makes me feel good. Also, like to get off the health thing a little bit, Rob, and to know if I really like your red hats. They're really Canadian looking. But I wanna let you know that I'm all with everybody too, because I have a lot of I love the American people and the Canadian people, and the plant I used to work at a long time ago, where we built trailers, because I was a welder fitter millwright, and more welding than millwrighting, because when you get hurt, I just you get older and you just want to do a lot of work that's easier. I worked with a lot of good companies, even the ones up in Toronto with DHL, and I even the union, like the international unions, and I was everywhere, and I truly love this company here because we get to know everybody from around the world, and I mean it's just phenomenal. And I was just wondering too, how do I get one of those red hats so I can be Canadian over?
We can hook up on that. I may have one here, or I'll have you order it directly from where we get them.
Sure, that'd be great.
All right, so I'll get in touch with you sometime tomorrow on it.
Sure.
All right.
Well, great. Thanks for having me on, and I enjoyed tonight, and I'll be sure to be on more often now that I got this unit fixed up here. Thanks very much, Harry, again.
Thank you,
All right, Harry.
Awesome.
All right, good stuff. We'll see you hopefully mañana, and I'll speak with you on the phone.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, over to Carmela. Carmela, talk to us, woman.
Hello again. I can speak for hours, you know me. I want I want to say something to Pedro about the apples. I was living in a kibbutz when I was young, and we have to pick up the apple trees. And I used to eat apples every day because we it was in our kibbutz. We used to pick the apples, and I know myself that the apples that you eat sit 1 year in the frigidaire. You don't eat an apple. You eat 1 year apple late. You know, I came to the city and I don't eat another apple from the trees. It's another taste. It's another taste. Sorry. A real tree, a real apple from the tree, it's okay. But when you eat it 1 year after, and so I can't eat apples anymore.
Well, alrighty. Let's see. Are there any
Yeah.
other hands, or are we about ready to call it a night? Let me
Chris
see.
just came in, honey bunny.
Who
Chris
did?
Tuzon. Chris Tuzon.
Oh well, we better not go anywhere yet. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, you got to unmute.
He knows that.
Hello, hello. I got it. I'm the beta testing on my devices here. Um, Particularly, switching to the desktop app, and I found out that the live streaming that I have as a second host doesn't appear there. So I went back in, and now I am trying this portion on to live stream on my YouTube channel, and let me see if I'm hearing it now. Yeah, yeah. I, I'm just saying hi and dropping by before stopping the recording or stopping the meeting. I'm enjoying listening in the background while doing things, and yeah,
Should I talk
physic.
to see? Let's see if everybody's just as clear as you. Can you other people here just say something? We want to know if everybody is heard. You know, everybody can be heard. Just say
Yes.
anybody saying. I mean, no. He's live streaming, so he'll be able to check on his YouTube channel the sound, whether it's clear. So we want you guys here to speak while he's live streaming. So just unmute and say something, you guys. You know what I mean?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey,
That's a great
Chris.
group of people here. It's
Hi.
great. Yeah. What a
Chris.
wonderful night.
Good night tonight for sure. Very
Good
good.
to see you, Chris.
And I
Okay,
have a
that's all.
massage.
Hi, Chris from Canada.
Hi.
Go ahead, Don. You have a massage?
I have a massage at 11:30 tomorrow. I can hardly wait.
Ooh, lucky you.
I hate massages.
My favorite thing.
Yeah, mine too.
Harry, have you gone for a head
It
massage?
stopped. The
Harry?
live streaming stopped, so I'm gonna
Any
do it
kind of
again.
massage I don't like.
Just continue. Continue whatever the discussion.
Yeah.
One of the best. Go Don. I love massages.
Gotta have one at least once a month, or every
Wow.
2 weeks, or
Very good. Massage is
drink,
good.
drink lots of water then.
I used to have the IV protein. Have you ever had those at the naturopath?
I have not, no.
But I noticed it was making me pale after a while, and I stopped. At the naturopath, they would put the IV in for maybe half an hour, but it's proteins that's going to your vein. And I don't think it's that part is, although I love the naturopath, I don't think it's that healthy. Because I used to notice myself getting too pale, like a funny pale.
Yeah. I don't like needles, so I wouldn't do very good with that.
Yeah.
Acupuncture.
I think
Enter a screen.
that's probably Chris. Knowing
Yeah.
him. It's gotta be Chris Tizan.
Is he telling us to
show
leave?
us. Yep, he has something up his sleeve.
Oh, he's
That's the whiteboard. Oh, I think it was him. Was that you, Chris? Or did he go away? Anybody here? No. Nobody can share screen. I mean, only hosts and co-hosts can, and there's only 3 of
Chris
us.
is gone. Oh, he's there. He's there.
He's the second
I'm
host.
going to miss all the fun.
Oh, it's okay.
I have to miss all the fun. I'm so sorry. I'm going to say good night.
Night.
Good night,
Good
Pedro.
night.
Thank you.
Night. Night.
Night, Pedro.
I'm here to listen. I think I will go to sleep too. I'm tired.
Okay.
Good
See you
night,
tomorrow.
Carmela.
Bye. Love you all.
Good night, Camilla.
Love you too.
Love you, Camilla.
Love.
Good night.
Chris, was that you doing the whiteboard? Chris?
Um,
Oh, he said wait.
Lynn,
Wait.
on my screen here, I have 2 of you here. One blank and
Oh.
one.
Yeah. I'm co-host on my second device so that I can use the chat without putting the chat in front of me on this first device.
Oh,
You know
I
what I'm
see.
saying? So it's, kind of, I noticed though on my phone, on my second device, the recording goes off. So I have to keep allowing it to record. It asks me periodically, but that doesn't happen on my computer. I don't know if anybody's noticed that.
Chris is counting us down.
Great.
Yeah, counting down, I guess. Like Mr. Chris is a beta tester through and through. That's his nature. He always wants to beta test. And he comes up with these amazing results. I mean, realizations, I guess, through deduction. It's amazing. Mind is a logical mind. All right.
Yeah,
Anyone?
I was testing the whiteboard because I screen shared during the time I used the desktop app. I wasn't able to share screen there, and still on the works by the tech team. Uh, the, in order to bring that down, I don't know if you're seeing that Chris Tioson is sharing on the top left. Did you notice that earlier?
I think
I was
so.
just I was just seeing it. I'm the only one seeing that during the desktop app. Then when I transferred to the web browser, I'm still seeing. So that's why I enable the whiteboard, then bring it down. So because that interrupts with the live streaming. So the so hopefully didn't disrupt the discussion, the community time.
Not at all. You know, the advantage of having somebody else do the live stream and not me as the host, that I feel free to use the chat and I can feel free to toggle the switch on the right on so that I can see how many people are here. I can see other things, right? But if I am the host and I'm doing the live stream, I don't want to have the toggle switch on. I want it to be off because if it's on, it shows on the live stream to YouTube. And you don't want everybody to see you using the chat or the teleprompter. It will show, your teleprompter notes will show on the live stream. And you don't want to do that, right? So it's helpful to have somebody else do the live stream on your live, even though you are the co-host, even though you are the host. Does that make sense to you guys, what I said? So in other words, if you as the host choose to live stream to YouTube, then you have to be very aware. Don't use the prompter, don't use the chat, because everybody on the live stream will see you touching the chat and going up and down. They're going to see you if they're going to see the notes that you're reading and you are using the prompter so that nobody knows you're reading notes. So it defeats the purpose, right? So yeah, that's the kind of thing I learned from Chris. So it's really helpful, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah, we've been doing this in the OES classroom. So secretly, when we're having the presentation by others, I stream it to my YouTube channel that is anyway unknown to anyone else.
Yeah.
So I can stream it after. I can make it unlisted or private, or stay it public. Stay it on there on public.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we're not talking about commissions or anything
Yeah.
anything that is proprietary. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to the day where we live stream to multiple destinations. That would be exciting. But it's a good start to start with YouTube.
Lynn,
My hus-
is it all the way recording? There's no
There's no recording.
it,
Do you see the
I'm still
pulse saying?
seeing the recording.
Oh, okay. We can stop the recording. I meant to stop it at 11 because I figured 3 hours is good. All right. The recording is going to stop.